Testing, test.
Hearing you. I'll go hearing your background heavy.
Try again. Testing. Hear me?
Yep, hear me.
Perfect.
Hear me?
Yeah, man. Shay, hearing us? I think maybe Shay is the only one.
Shay is on listener.
Well,
So recently co-host.
trying again. Shay, you hearing us? My sound go. Okay, no, I'm hearing her background. Shay, you hearing us?
Yes. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, perfect. And Dana is still there, right?
Yep.
All right, that's actually, I think that's good. That's a good thing. We're going. Sorry, we're going pretty safely, pretty clearly. All right, hi guys, welcome.
What's good, bro?
Not much. Actually, I'm kind of excited. I think I might just start the entire stream properly. Like start streaming it properly also, same time. Hold on one second, let me just start that so I have to do the whole intro twice. And so we should be live in 3, 2, 1. And yeah. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome to this week's BrickTalk. As usual, I start off by reminding everybody that nothing that we say on the show should be taken in any way, shape, or form as investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. Only Dana is a licensed investment advisor. And while he's on the show, he's not acting as an investment advisor, right? So you should not buy or sell anything just because we talk about it or we like, especially on an episode like this where we are going to be talking about the things that we like in the market, things that we have seen, not seen, how we care about the market, blah, 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 what we think, what we don't think. Make all your decisions with the help of a licensed investment advisor in a session geared towards helping you specifically towards your financial needs, your financial goals, right? And having said that, as always, I encourage anybody who wants to join in, you want to ask us a question. I mean, shout out to the people watching us on the various video platforms, YouTube, Twitter, wherever. But if you want to join the conversation, I would encourage you guys to join the conversation. You can join on Twitter. You can send a speaking request on Twitter. And yeah, you can join in, talk about whatever you want. Anything you want to ask about, any good points you want to bring up, anything you like, don't like, whatever. Right. So welcome to BrickTalk. And this week our topic is just market talk. We're just having a good little chat about the market, how far we've gone so far. It's the first month of the year. It's been an exciting month. It feels like longer than a month to me. I don't know how you guys feel.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It feels like it's been a long January. I don't know.
I mean, at least it's not for the reasons everybody usually says January is long, right?
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
It does feel like a lot happening. Yeah, no, it's good. In our space, a lot happening is a good thing, right? We want a lot to be happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy, a lot has been happening. So
it's simultaneously flew past while I feel like a good amount. I mean, like it feels a way to say, boy, we're at the end of January. Like it was just Christmas, but then also you feel like we did a lot this January, so
yeah, boy.
a lot happened.
Yep. What was the exciting things that happened for you guys this month so far? Month and week, I guess.
IPOs are back.
Oh
IPOs are
yeah.
back. Yeah, that's a big one, right? I was going to say the Dairyman link. Oh, it is Dairyman link. The
Dairyman link. Right after we just talked about it, we were just talking about it. I mean, we were talking about the micro market. Woodcast get a feature, and then boom, let them hear us and say, "Yo, we're not about micro, man, not junior something, you know."
Yeah, one time.
Not even 500 this thing. I'm say we're going for this is the first company for is this the first company looking taking the full 750? Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I think so. Well, certainly
because Equity never take it.
Well, Equity never make it.
That too.
Yeah. What was before Equity? Atlantic.
750 in mind. Atlantic. I think it was 750 times. No,
I don't remember.
No.
Well, let's see.
I don't think so. No,
I think that was 5. That was the 5 one. I don't remember 750.
It was start of 2025. It wasn't in there. It wasn't.
It was before the tax break got increased.
Before the increase, as far as I remember.
500, yeah. Or being for 499, 99, 800. Wow. So yeah, it's the first company to go for it. It's going for it in an interesting manner. Yeah.
It's also a thing that I think I like about. I mean, not specific, nothing special really, but it's. I was gonna say it last night. It's interesting that the junior market that they mentioned, like if you're going for an IPO in the raise, you're going for. You can only go up to the 500, but it doesn't mean that the full list, the IPO, all the money has to be going to thing there.
The company.
Yeah.
The company.
But you said 500 a while ago. That was a mistake?
I saying 500 based on the thing there, based on the rule book, but 750 is the actual thing. But yeah. So is it that or how I understand it? Yeah. No, up to last time I was pointing to 500 still. So.
Damn.
From JC's website. But the reading, how I read it is that it said your listing must be for 500. So even if you're not taking up the thing there, so meaning if you have selling shareholders, yes, the selling shareholder plus the IPO cannot push it beyond 500. Or that's why I don't know. Yeah. I would say I'm iffy about it. I wouldn't say I'm thinking based on how I read it, but yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
The interesting thing they say here is an IPO and offer for sale. They don't usually say that.
True. I wondered why also. Well, do they not usually say that though?
No, it's usually I don't believe so. I think it's usually IPO, and then when you read the thing, you give a selling shareholder.
True. You can have a selling shareholder in an IPO. Yeah, that's true. It's still the offer. Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that.
It's still that. I guess making stronger distinctions, especially since off of a sale boss is a big thing with it.
I don't think so.
Don't think so?
No, I feel like no. I don't feel like that's why. I don't think about it some more. Well, I don't think that's. Right? I don't think that's why. I don't think you say it now, and I'm thinking about it because there's really no need to say that. You could have
none, as far as I know.
Yeah,
because others have done it before and never say it. So, and that's why I was looking at the rule book and I was like, it's Rule 502. And it speaks about listing, and it says the IPO. Let me actually bring it back up. Rule. Do I have it open still?
Yeah, I mean, I know the rule you're talking about, but yeah, continue. Man, it's good for everybody to understand it.
The thing I'm wondering about is, can I come to market and have I raise $1 billion of the total offer is $1 billion junior market, 750 is in IPO and 250 is selling shareholder. Can that be done? I think it should be. I think it should be possible.
Wait, say that again. Can I say the whole thing
come to market as a new company coming to market, we're doing an IPO, and the IPO is full 750, but within the IPO, on top of it, there's a selling shareholder that's selling 250 million. So overall, the amount of shares being offered to the public for sale to be bought by the public is $1 billion worth. Yeah,
I think you can.
I think it should be possible.
Yeah.
Which is why I was looking at this thing. I was like, they're holding the 750 line very strongly, but they're saying offer sale and IPO. Because 90 cents times all the shares is just below the 750.
All the shares on offer?
Yeah. It's like a couple, like if you put $1 more or something like that, it becomes 750. Yeah. I have it open here. It's not 750 million exactly.
But it's that's the dual part to the rule, that the whole idea of, because there is a selling shareholder, and a half has to accrue to the company. So then
it's an interesting point.
Yeah, I thinking about. Sorry, you said that to say what, Danai?
Can somebody go for? Can I come to market with a company and the total offer is $1 billion, is more than 750, as long as the IPO portion of it is within the 750 rule, and the offer for sale part, the selling shareholder part is the extra. It's the thing that brings it above 750.
Yeah, thinking about the wording of the rule, and I think it's possible.
I think it should be possible. Yeah,
well, I'm going to have to reread it to refresh my mind to that. If there's you're giving the full.
And it's an eligible company shall, for the purposes of initial admission, issue participating voting shares by way of an initial public offer, subject to its prospectus seeking a minimum subscription of new shares or allotment of existing shares. That's the part that trips me up. Or allotment of existing shares of not less than 50 and not more than 500. So to me, I believe this is saying you cannot go more than the 750 in your offer to the public, even if piece of it is the selling shareholder.
That's the specific. That specific
Rule 502.
Yeah, but no, I know it. I
have it here. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just I think that specific section of the rule that you just mentioned, that specific part where it's
the or allotment of existing.
Yes,
I think that's
or
the thing
sale
that
of existing shares. Yeah, that causes it to be.
So you can't.
So the entire raise thing has to be 750, which that's
750.
What's the point of that?
Then? Right? Exactly. Yeah. Why? I think this is the second week of us looking at that junior market. It's junior market rules and with some scrutiny.
I'm finding some
odd things there.
Areas of opportunity.
That too.
Yeah, I think a little bit causes it to. That's an interesting point. Okay, I come back to it, but yeah, it obviously it's the hot. Is it a hot topic? I say it's a hot topic, and I joke about it. I've been talking about it in the group from it started, but I don't know if I don't know what the talk has been outside of there, right? Did see the interviews on it. Hilarious stuff. Hilarious stuff. And of course, outside of that, we've had a whole lot of stuff happening in the market too. So it's not like it's It's been a very interesting January. Yeah, what you guys like about the I mean, I don't rush in the talk because I'm sure people want to hear about it. I'm sure people want to talk about the prospectus, and they can come in, they can send a speaking request, we can talk about it if you want. And to save us also from the trouble of having to talk about it again and again and again. Wait until people ask about it. But I really like that point that you mentioned there, Danai. That the more I think about it, the more I wonder. But what is the point of that restriction? I get restricting the
share capital.
Yeah, definitely, because that matches the law. And then I also get restricting the share capital. Once you restrict share capital, you restrict the share capital. And we've seen interesting things around it, including in this one where their share capital does not go to 750 because they're not.
It's not a full 750
exactly.
raise.
So there's the possibility of a second
shares.
one, yeah. But you make a good point where.
But this to me restricts somebody from If I want to have a selling shareholder and I want the full 750, I have to do 2 raises.
Yeah, why? Yeah, why wouldn't I allow?
And those are the point of it. What does it stop? Why restrict it like this?
Well, maybe. You know what? If part of the if you want to force company impact, if you want to force the company to grow, you're thinking from the perspective of the government.
Okay,
here.
So you can't have it that thing there. Okay,
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'm trying to force money into that company for it to work, for you to make that company bigger. Because if I'm giving you a tax break, the point of the tax break is for the company to grow in order to help grow the economy.
But in that same breath, you can have an offer that none of it goes to the company.
Oh.
You can have an offer where none of it goes to the company. Yes, you can, but you don't get the tax break. But you don't get the tax break.
Yeah, you can't. You actually cannot go on junior market without giving some to the company, right? As far as I know.
Well, no. Well, based on this, yeah, you can't go on without giving some to the company. Which again is good. It benefits the economy.
It forces them to say, okay, yeah. Make it, and it's specified. The public has to have some participation in the company, not just somebody shares from before.
Yeah. That's. I love anytime we go through this stuff and you see the lines of thinking from before. It's always a good reminder that there are people out there thinking and working along the principles.
Big up Dan Webby.
Big up Dan Webby.
Again.
Dan Webby. Yeah. And everybody else who works on it, because I'm sure there are other people who work quietly. Indeed. And it's when I see laws like this or I see rules like this, I'm always impressed. And they're very good too, because what it always reminds me of is, you see something like, oh, it's stupid. Why them do that? And it's very easy to call something stupid. Yeah, it's very easy to see the fence and say the fence shouldn't be there, push it down. But pause and say, why is there a fence there? That is such a good point. I never thought of that. Because you're right, you can't have a complete selling shareholder for any listing on the junior market. You are forcing some amount of funds into the company, and you are forcing the company to grow. Well, to have the best chance for growth, and you're justifying giving up the taxes that you are giving up. So what happens if the company, let's say a company does the same thing, full 750 main market, full selling shareholder, but again, no tax break. So no tax break. There's I like that. I'm surprised that there isn't something saying 750 actually. When you say it now, I'm looking at it and I'm realizing it really does still say 500. Wow. It is exciting. What else do you guys like? Like I said, I'm sure we'll come back to this. What else you guys like in the market this month? You saying something nice?
I know you guys like Jamaica.
Woo! People's Champ.
People's Champ.
Trans Jamaica, yeah. I mean, let me start out proper. It's like maybe like the top 10 stocks,
All right.
starting from number 10 so far this month. Mailpack up 16% for the month. First Rock USD up 19.7% for the month.
That was interesting.
Why was it interested?
Not even, I don't even pay. I'm going to go on right now and look at, hold on.
What's happening with them? All right. With Cinco up 20%. With Cinco has been dominating. I think they're dominating the areas, but they've certainly been in the conversation for like maybe the last 2-3 months with that launch of that beer. ISP, EDET ISP Finance up 23.8%.
Interesting.
Yeah, Trans Jamaica USD up 39.6%. You know, the USD side of the People's Champ. Trans Jamaica JMD side up 40.78%. ASB USD up 43%. Wow.
I looked at those and I was like, hey, go on or something. Need to pay more attention.
USD is always interesting, you know.
Yeah,
but it's interesting when it does something, because it's so often not spoken of. It's so scarcely spoken about. That's a weird way to say that, isn't it? It's so scarcely spoken about that when it does something, it does something big. Like, you know, if I wasn't checking, you would have never hear it.
Yep. And it's you're right, and it's a surprising one in this case. Like, I'm not surprised I see Trans Jamaica, the JMD, and the USD, right? But Ace Bryden is just the USD, just the USD that's up. That's
the USD.
I remember. I remember last year when we were talking about end of year plays, and I mentioned AS Bryden and I big up Jerry. The play Jerry put me onto was between the USD and the thing there and the JMD, and a part of it was, sometimes like you could only get out so much, but just wait. And then the interesting thing this year again was at the start of the year it wasn't really doing nothing, but if somebody that had done it and just waited, then it's gonna be big.
Yeah. Also that the market is also showing and has continued to show reward the patience of the investors who actually have a set plan in the right pick. There's nothing gets you around having to pick the right security, but in the right pick and working with the right events and the right timing. Yes, Bryden, that one is.
Oh, I see.
Actually, no, I think about it. It's telling. And Atlantic Hardware, the number 3, the Atlantic Hardware, 221. Less than 1 year after its IPO, right? Quote unquote failed IPO. I shout out again to the girl gods who eat a food off of that, and I've continued to eat. I mean, you buy the thing at 80 odd cents and it's at 221 now. Wow.
What a way to fail up.
Right? I mean, you could have 86 cents. It's 156.9% profit in less than 1 year.
And you could get volumes, boy.
Yeah, you still can. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel like I mentioned it so much over the last few months, and but no. Hey, listen, I'm happy about it. Yes, from the inside. JetCon, number 2, JetCon.
Yes. But my bridge, I hear this.
47% from the start of January till now, so just 4 weeks, up 47%. Wow.
We talked about again recently, so Bridget I hear this, and him said he right after the session, me and him have the thing where that point that there's something else we were talking about in it. I was like, it's been a while since the directors bought, and then look at where the man sent me a thing that they just bought. Like they must have heard us. They bought and sent the trading shares and send it to me. So in my head, I'm like, all right, well, get what you want. So
yeah,
let's hope he got what he wanted.
I hope so too. I hope everybody has. Yeah, you're right. September, and in September again, October, and then nothing until now, not until January.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some results coming out. Well, in a month.
Yes, sir.
In a month, there are some results coming out. But they've been on a tear since they've reworked their business.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'll come back to them. But yeah, and number one security for the month.
Number one.
Yeah, number one security since
751%
0.9
in 1 month.
In 1 month. 751% growth for whipped West Indies Petroleum Terminal Limited. Even with a little bit of a noisy dip, if you will, a couple of weeks ago. Up 751.9%. And yo, let's be serious.
You call it the bossy bounce, you know?
Right.
Because if you were buying, then that's an interesting thing I think here. You know, it's the noise versus the thing. I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but then I can't say it's not, right? Because it literally was the best thing to do. But it's profit for the people who made that play. I didn't make the play. I didn't say anybody made the play, so I can't say. I can't. I'm not here to say, boy, you know, it was a bit, yeah, yeah, man, wicked play, nice. But the reality is, somebody made 751% in this month, and if you never, I don't think most people were buying on January 2, first year for the trading, but that dip, people bought in that dip. Went all the way to 12 something or more, and it dipped down to 6, 7. The young kids will buy that one.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, from January 2nd. Yeah, then a little bit of a rise.
14, a higher 14, and it dipped into thing there. The lowest point of that dip was 650, and it's back up to 11 something now. So somebody made that money, that 650 to 11 people were buying. So
yeah,
me can't fix with them.
I mean, you can if you want.
True. But then the noise is, boy, it's just alarm. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be alarmed, or it shouldn't have something about caution or whatever. But the reality is, if somebody's making that play and they have them level of tolerance for risk around it, and they have some idea of what exactly they're going to get from this or what they want to get from it, and it's worked out, here it is.
Yeah, you really can't knock it. You can't knock it.
I can't look on the man and say, oh, I made money doing this. I'm gonna say, boy, that's hindsight being blurry.
Yeah. 750 though.
Yeah, that's heavy.
751.9%. And it IPO'd a week before the start of the year. And if you count from when it IPO, although I guess on the insiders and employees.
Those IPO.
Yeah, so I keep saying IPO.
The listing.
It's listing. Yeah. If you come from when it listed till now, damn. I mean, 2,000 something percent?
Yes, sir. The fabled 10x, 20x.
Yeah.
And since month, it's a quarter away from the 10x.
Woo. Wow.
Yes, sir. Money made.
Wow. Not a bad start to the year. Not a bad start to the year.
Not at all.
A lot of people. I mean,
speaking of a lot of people, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Speaking of a lot of people.
I said the people's champ. You touching that shit?
The people made out. You guys both
of
told
course.
us last week you made money on it. Go rub it in, please.
Yeah.
People are telling me, you know, people telling me, yeah, then I work out, thank you. And I said, what?
Again, bro, stop it. One more time,
I was preoccupied, you know. I was making money. I mean, the money I made in Atlantic was more than the money made in Jamaica. So I'm fine since a month. But it's just the knowledge that, the seeing time, whatever. And I said, it could have been a thing I touched. So I didn't. I
Yeah.
just said, okay, I was going somewhere else with it. So I'm not vexed about it. It was funny to me to see. Yeah.
Got you.
It hurt me too, so I get it. I get it. It hurt me too, so I get it. Why? And I did. I mean, isn't no? I made the money or in December or whatever. It's not. It's not. It's not a bad bit of profit, but I also I made money off it. I don't want to go bother check it again because it's not the money that. Like I don't have none now. I'm looking at it and going, oh wow, it's up so much higher. I think when I checked it, I was talking in the group one time. I know I checked it, and I think at the time it was up, maybe or close to or over 100% from where I sold. But I didn't sell at a loss. So I don't mind, you know. And I'll be buying it again. I'll be selling it again.
It's a thing I see a lot of people, the FOMO. Oh boy, I sold. I never really get to think that there's a lot. And it's not a transfer maker thing. It's just stocks generally.
Yeah.
I think I call you often say we miss it. People decide that because they're not along for the ride that everybody else got, then boy, the trading is out the park, and I can't really get a part. I can't take part in it, and I have to go find something else. And whatever. That's not how you have to look at this thing. Look at the thing and say, all right.
I've been
every
toying
single
with
point
it since what 2021.
Exactly.
Come on, guys. It's
So
you can toy with it the whole time.
You have to look at this. Just last year, there was a road ahead.
Yeah.
In 2021, there was a space between then and 2026. So what's going to happen then and thing there? If if the person who never bought in 2021 in 2022 decide, boy, I'm not buying this thing or whatever because look how well it's doing or whatever.
Yeah.
In 2026, they look at 2022 and say, should I buy? So and that's not necessarily like, it's transfer maker going to do whatever or another stock going to do thing there. You have to look at it and say, all right, today, what we can buy and what's the path ahead beyond this point, and what am I going to be doing here? Because transfer maker is not done.
Yeah,
West Indies, Jet Car, and all these stocks, they're not done. So there's something in front of them. It could be up, it could be down, but you have your money in your hand, and your money have to do something. So you have to make a decision.
Exactly. And it's that thinking. I mean, I'm happy that we have it. I put a lot of energy to ensuring that at least the people around me have and understand that sort of thinking. It's not common in the space. The opposite is common, especially when you don't know much about it, and a lot of people don't know a lot about it. I don't mean like a specific stock. They don't understand investing and investing in the stock market. As always, I'm super focused on the investor in the local market. Like that, the investing experience in the local market, the investing tools in the local market, and the conversations around that. And the reality is, like, we look towards, like, everybody wants to talk about it, right? Everybody wants to speak and yap and sound like but not everybody can actually talk in a way that makes sense about it because not many people know it. That's the truth. It's very easy to say what should happen, but then you ask them, do you invest? Oh, you know what? Do you actually invest? Because once, no matter how much knowledge you think you have, if you want to start investing, it's really just day one for you. You just start again. And I mention that because what you spoke about just now, Danai, is something that is not day one on the journey. But the earlier you learn that on the journey, the better you are. Right? The idea of, I'm a Miss Transfer Maker. Just like you, how much people, people tell me say they Miss Transfer Maker.
You missed 4, you missed 2, you missed the IPO. But there's a lot of profit between the 2, the 4, the IPO. You think that, so what's going to happen? Think that there's somebody when it finally reach everybody nice price that they want. You can say I miss it too because this was too much for me, so I was never gonna buy. And then you decide say gone left you, and then when it's good when it reach that price that you wish you could have get, you're gonna say to yourself, oh, I should have buy when it was thing then. So don't make the headline and the stock is doing really well. Be the determinant for you saying, okay, it passed me. Now I go look on it.
Yeah. I've never regretted buying it. Every time I buy it, I make money.
Yeah, and you're doing the more immediate, the shorter flips, right? You're doing it off what you understand and the knowledge. Most people, it's one of the blessings of transfer maker is that Most people don't have the skill to do what you do. They don't have the knowledge. You haven't done. Come to Grow, guys, if you want to learn how to do everymickle.com/GRWR.
Yes.
But if you're not doing that, it still work out great. If all you did was buy Trans Jamaica at IPO, you're doing well.
Exactly. Yeah. If you just been DCA, you're good.
Oh, yo, I had that.
I don't know if you want to try the My Money tool because it probably will like stress you out when you look, but
yo,
you could have just been buying it and no deep knowledge, no just buying it because I was stuck.
Yep. And if you just big up, I won't call people name because I don't want a lot of people money, but big up, there's somebody who did grow I want to say 2 years ago. And they did grow, and then they eventually went on and did advanced grow. They joined the group, and they were from the did grow. They said that they bought Trans Jamaica, and I loved how practical they were about it. The person said they where they live, they have to drive on the highway, and then they get a money one time, and I'm like, yo, well, I have to pay the toll every day to let me buy Trans Jamaica. So at least I own a little bit of the thing that I'm spending money on every single day, because I have to take the toll every day. And they have been, and then we spoke about dollar cost averaging. They did grow, and I spoke to them about that. And every time I see Trans Jamaica, I'm happy for them because I know the millions. I think last year they buy a nice SUV, and the money not half yet. And it's still growing. So them, yeah, man, love it. I love it. And then I said that, and I also talking to like people who think about people who you might have listened to BrickTalk last year, December, just last month. And you hear us mention Trans Jamaica, and you think, oh, boy, I miss it. From that point last year till right now, when you hear me, Trans Jamaica has grown another 40%. So if you put in 100 grand, you'd get 140 grand between 4 weeks ago and now. It's never done. It's never over. Right? As long as the thing is listed, there's always a chance for more. And I'm not saying to buy it like a chance, like it's not lotto, it's not cash pot, right? But it is much.
We're not even really saying Trans Jamaica. It's just the idea of the stock, a stock. It's just at this point, it had a history before, and
it's going to continue.
It's going to have a future. So you have to choose whether or not you're going to join the thing there, and you can't look at, boy, it did so well before. No, as it's so funny. People use the same thing for two different decisions. It did so well before. No, I won't buy anymore. It did so well before. More. It must be a great stock. I'm gonna buy. Neither of those things neither of those really tell you say, neither of those things should be the decision you make on that basis.
Correct.
That shouldn't be the thing that is a past performance situation of. You shouldn't be looking at that as, oh yeah, man, I'm going to make this decision based on, the stock did really well. There are many stocks that did really well, and then there's nothing in front, and there's many stocks that did really badly, and there's a lot in front of it.
Yep.
So, but the idea that, yeah, man, Trans Jamaica is doing well, I'm here, everybody ain't past me, man, boy, I'm a wish me did buy it, and then and then every single month you wish I did buy it because every single month you do it better.
You can't,
and that's something for the last couple of years, because every meet them can Trans Jamaica is doing something else, and them wish them did buy it.
Yep.
Bro, you know where I first bought Trans Jamaica? You know where I first bought it?
Where that?
$1.21.
Woo.
You know where I last bought it?
Where?
$6.40.
Word.
Money.
Yeah. Banking. And again, I think I always have to mention this in a moment like this, like when you mentioned that Shay. People make some of these excuses for themselves. You mentioned Shay about the DCA, and I should show it because one shout out to, I think it was Narco Green who pointed it out this week, and I didn't show it before. I'll show it now, where it is like, don't tell yourself it's a rich people thing. It's an everybody thing. If you, I'll show it. If you were saving 30 grand every month from 2020 till now, so the start of 2020 till now, you have a little over 2 million, right? And if you were instead putting 30 grand every month into Trans Jamaica, let's use the popular broker, from the start of 2020 till now, I think it's 7 million. or is it 8 million? 30 grand every month. Yeah, if you're saving, it's a little over 2 million you'd have. If you're putting it under your mattress, you have a little over 2 million under your mattress. If you were putting it in Trans-Jamaica shares, those shares would right now be worth 7.39 million, call it 7.4 million. And on top of that, you'd have gotten 637,000 in dividends.
Wow.
Put together, that's that's 8.1 million. And that's if you're not reinvesting the dividends. That's what Narco Green is talking about. He had asked for this. So if you reinvest the dividends, you would actually have right now 9.1 million.
Do 10 grand, because people might say, why am I not have 30 grand to do?
All right, you have 30 grand, you have 10 grand.
Any money,
same factor. You have
any money
$1.
No, man, I want them to hear the figures.
More than the money you did have. The more money you would have.
Yeah, if you're reinvesting the dividends, you'd have $9.85 million.
Wow.
But you'd have $9.1 million in Trans-Jamaica shares now, and you'd have gotten 724,000 in dividends. And
that's crazy.
There's a dividend coming up soon. It don't take a
yes.
No, if you listen to BrickTalk,
that dividend that people are going to be very excited about, like it's never happened before.
I hope so. Like if you remember BrickTalk in December, I don't know, and I said like, yo, Trans-Jamaica is easiest to predict. Yeah, it's easiest to predict. Second week of January, everybody's gonna rush it. Second week of January to end of January, it's gonna be the biggest thing. Even I never buy none, but hey, congrats to the people who did, boy. And like you said, Shay, let me do it for 10 grand, because you said people might not have 30 grand. That's fine if you don't have 30 grand.
What I don't want is I don't want people to be like, who has 30 grand to just put somewhere every month? You understand?
Yeah, that's true.
So all right,
people are very creative about missing the point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So if you did 10 grand, you would have been putting away almost $1 million, 947 grand. Well, this includes if you had bought it, right? So if you did 10 grand, if you're just putting away 10 grand every month, that's what, 79. Wow, 790. Yeah, 940. Call it 950 grand is what you'd have had. But if you're buying 10 grand worth of Trans-Jamaica every month, well, in this case, we're looking at the last day of the month, you would currently have shares worth 3 million, and you'd have gotten dividends of 241,000.
10 grand,
and that's 10 grand. And this is with reinvesting the dividends. It's low if you didn't reinvest the dividends. So you'd have 2.5 million and you'd have gotten 200 and odd grand. But if you can only afford 10 grand, having $2.5 million in shares is a world-changing thing. And I know that personally. So yeah, that's an amazing
money
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Just start.
Any money, just start. You have it exactly right. Just actually start. And again, like Dana said, to just support that point, it's not just Trans-Jamaica. It's just that Trans-Jamaica is an easy example and is the widest held stock. So if you can do more than 10 grand, I like the little 30 grand example. 30 grand, you'd have 9.odd million now. I don't know anybody who can use 9.odd million right now. And this is from 2020 till now. So hey, I can't overstate how awesome that would be. I think about where you'd be now if you put in 30 grand down every month, right? If the next dividend, always Trans-Jamaica's last dividend. I think their last dividend was
Q4 last year.
The amount I'm thinking of.
Oh,
10 cents or something. 10.1 or something like that. So.
Say that again?
I think it was about 10 cents.
10 cents?
After the tax, I think.
No, it's 12.9. Oh, after tax, it might have been that. Yeah.
After tax.
Yeah, you can't take it. So let's say 12.92 cents. And 12.92 cents. Wow. Oh, yeah. So if it's 12.92 cents, right? You would right now, you'd have 1,407,770 shares. So the 12.92 in 12.92 cents in dividends would mean that you'll be getting. Remember, this person can only put on 30 grand a month. You know, he said if the next dividend coming, if it was the same like the last dividend, that dividend after tax would mean that you'd be getting $154,000, 601.
Oh God, man.
Bro, we're not an excuse.
None.
Not an
Like,
excuse.
come now.
9 million at the bank, and you have a check coming your way or a transfer. No check. A transfer.
No check.
Yeah, well, unless you're really, really rich, right? They said, you saw the article say that Michael Leachin paid his bill with a check, and that the people who, you know, it's supposed to be paid out to the bondholders. So the bondholders come, the people paying out to the bondholders said that, you know, some got paid, but some have not been paid yet. Not because the money hasn't paid, but because of using the NCB banking system. So it's been a bit slow. I
That's
thought
hilarious.
that was funny. I said,
bro. John,
yeah, man.
Wow.
And I like that. I like it said pay by check. How you mean? If I'm my bank, I pay by check too. I pay for the NCB check too. But them gonna go cash it. Plus check.
Take it to the bank.
Plus, as I said, we did advanced girl last night and her joke. I said, I think check have the highest fee too. So yeah, if I have to pay this much money, go on my bank or cash it. Come out, I get back something out of this.
I'm gonna leave it so.
Yeah. I'm from the States.
Yeah, boy. It's been a hell of a January. Yeah, whether you're short term, whether you're long term, it's been a hell of a month so far. A nice start to the month. A nice start to the year, I think.
I agree.
Yep, wonderful. Like I said, people, you want to ask a question, you want to talk about nothing, it's a great chance for you to do it. Send a speaking request and we'll talk about whatever you have in mind to speak about. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, send a speaking request on Twitter.
Trying to make a double up in the top 10. USD and JMD back to back.
Yo, so that is wild, right? I mean, outside of the 9 million business, anybody can get to the 9 million. But yeah, that's kind of strong. There's not an investment out there you can put your US dollars in and get 39%. Where's in a month? In 4 weeks, 39%.
In a month. That's
yeah. There's no investment you put in, you're getting 39% in a year on the US dollar. This is in a month. And AS Biden USD is even higher.
Yeah.
Yo, is the USD market of the JSC like one of the little hidden gems? Even
for sure.
More of a little hidden gem?
Yeah. Yes, but I think it's just, in truth, it's not as accessible. Just on one is USD, and not everybody can have the thing there, but the other bank, you can. That shouldn't be a hurdle you can't overcome. But also the thing that like the activity there is, which is the funny thing, it goes two ways, right? I would say the activity there isn't as high, but that's largely because people aren't over there. So the thing that will deter people from there is the thing that's causing it.
I get you.
That makes sense.
So if more people go there, then it will have more activity.
But then, I mean, also,
but the thing that will keep it out is that less activity.
Right. So when people go there, we'll see the effect of them being there. Yeah, exactly. However, I don't know. Like you said, like the accessibility, it is pretty accessible though, because for a lot of the securities there, you can buy it in JMD and then it's available in USD. And I think that's just something that's not
known. But then the thing is that it's at the same activity situation. Do you always have a buyer when you want your money? Or not? I mean, you don't always have a buyer on the JMD, but it was more likely that you'll find a buyer at the. You'll find a buyer within certain ranges on the JMD side.
That's a good point. Well, let's look on like Trend Jamaica, the most popular one, right? For the month of January, let's put some data to this. So for the month of January, Trend Jamaica had volume traded of 152 million, and on the USD side, 13.3 million. So yeah, it's smaller, at least volume-wise. Volume is a bit of a misnomer, but it's not the right thing in my view to measure activity against. So the trades, 595 trades versus 7,954. So you're right, but it's not like you don't trade.
The thing is, when I look at Jamaica specifically, like there's a lot going on here on the Jamaica USD, but then that's Jamaica USD for everybody else.
True.
Which is a part of why it's so impressive to me that both of them are here, because I see the level of activity on the Jamaica USD. It's giving a true strong market for somebody that actually wants to play on the USD side.
Yes.
True.
That is true.
Matter of fact, let me look at this. Looking at all of the volumes traded.
USD listed.
No, not all across all markets, just to see which ones are USD. Or let me not go volumes traded. Looking at the number of trades for January.
So a lot of trades.
Jamaica
USD is up there.
Well, it's Jamaica USD that's up there.
Yeah, it's Jamaica USD is up there, but then everybody else with them there.
Yeah, you gotta go further down, but proven USD is the next one, and that's number 66 in the list.
And how much is stuff?
The 133.
All right.
And MJE, well, MJE is in USD. SCI USD, it's not quite the same. 100 trades, and SIL USD 44, and then of course we don't into the smaller numbers here. And the USD. You look at the low.
I think I look at that, and I think that's good. If that's just on the thing there, like that's 3-4 companies that actually have that have total trades that match a lot of or compete strongly with a lot of the other rest of the market. That's interesting. That's really telling me that there's a lot more trades happening on the USD side than one people know and than before.
Yes. Yeah. It's quietly. You remember we said well, at this. I don't know how long ago it was.
More than once, bro. We said it more than once.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen over time. And it's starting to happen now. And I think that's it. As when more people know, because Jamaicans said USD, they love the idea of USD.
Yeah, so, man. I still hear it. Oh, should I change the money to USD and just make it sit down, and or can I find something in USD?
It's wild when people still do that.
The thing I use to break a lot of that is I show them what the USD rate has been in somewhat recent times. For the last 10 years, USD has not really done what people think it has.
Yeah, I said that I grow. When I do grow, I teach that, and I tell them, I say it and I preface it that I know it's Jamaican blasphemy because they don't want to hear nothing about the idea.
Also on returns basis, just investing in USD. Check. If USD is like 160 something right now, right? So a good benchmark is, when it was 100. If you were to buy USD at 100,
oh god, of course,
for it to make 60%. Between now and then, it would have made 60%. Check when the USD was actually at 100.
Years and
then
they
realized how long it was.
Yeah, and also the economy.
You could have bought a bond and you're good.
Yeah, the economy is no.
You could have bought a government paper and be better off reinvesting that money.
And it's not
than
quite
buying the USD.
And it's not quite the same, right? It's not a that's not a true measure. Buying the USD when it was 100 to 1 and selling it now when it's 160 to 1. I don't know that's not a true 60%. What do you
mean?
Yeah, of course. Yes, if I buy it when it's at 100 and I wait how much is more than 10 years for it to get to 160 and I sell it. Yes, mathematically it is 161, but it's not
years
quite
and years.
No, not just the years, not just the years. It's not. When you consider inflation and all that, like it's not.
So I think I read it, but I wouldn't consider inflation because it would be the same as me buying a stock and then selling it back and look at. So I'm looking at so I wouldn't factor inflation in because either way, inflation would already be measured in comparable investments.
Well, you're right.
Because inflation is the value of cash. It isn't the nominal value of the cash. It's the real value. So it's not measured by the percentage return in that way.
True.
In that way, it's purchasing power. That's actually looking at. So it's not measured by if this is 100, if $1 is 100 in a foreign currency versus thing there, or if this money in this currency, if I have more of it after I convert back to this currency, it wouldn't measure inflation either. So it gets normalized in comparison to that.
That's true. I guess I'm wrong there. There's something there though. I need to figure it out so I can see.
No. It is very true that if you look at why you look at inflation very strongly and why that's a good conversation. Even within this, you have to look at inflation because like even on our side and all. So equity, we don't get to not look at inflation. The whole reason why we invest is around beating inflation.
Correct.
Is I want to have more money. So truly, I want to have more cash than the value of my cash has eroded. So if I get 60% in a year and inflation was 7% for the year, ugly numbers as always, it's 7% for the year, then at the end of the year, I have more. That money can buy more things than if it just sat there. If I had $100 and it became $160, I'm good. I'm better off than if I had $100 at the start of the year and $100 at the end of the year, because $100 can buy less than it could buy at the start of the year. The 160 can for sure buy more than 107. Than 107, or not, it wouldn't be 107 exactly. But if it get me, I was fine.
Yeah, but I
because it's in there. The idea is the same dollar can buy less, so the dollar can afford less goods.
Yes, which is
worthless in society.
Yeah.
So the idea is you want to have more. You want it to be that if $100 can buy
100 things, yeah.
If $100 can buy a party, at the end of the year, the $100 can buy the party. So you want it to be that I at least my $100 at the start of the year, whatever I do with it over the year when I get it back, if it's 110, it's $110 for a party or less.
Yes.
110. It's parties at 110 or less.
Yes.
So the thing I did with my money made my money value, the cash in my pocket value more than the
eroding
loss of value of goods, eroding value of the cash.
Which is another reason why stocks is such a cheat code, because you are buying the thing that is
you're buying inflation. Exactly.
You are buying
inflation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is that's a cheat code for the true long termers that you should know. You stocks is I don't think anything else. I don't think there's anything else that allows you to do that. Is there? Unless you find some specific investment that is inflation tied.
So, yeah, and also the thing that in stocks you're targeting it more directly, because you're going along the lines of producers. So you're going along the line of, okay, this thing is it's something that when inflation is affecting the value, this is the inflation.
Exactly. You are buying
if you buy a party company,
you are buying
if I buy the party company, I am the thing that is making I am the guy, I am owning the thing that is charging more for parties.
Exactly. When the economist
buy a bond,
when the economist come, kill the knife first, right? Don't kill me. Kill him first.
If you're buying a bond, then the idea is you would like that the value, the return you get from the debt around that would beat inflation. So it can be the case where we've seen it many times where, not just, outside of just bonds, just interest rates are not keeping up in a certain way with inflation. And then imagine you lend out some money at the start of the year, interest rates inflation do its thing, interest rates do its thing, and then you check it, boy, the interest I was charging this guy, I must pay him back at the end of the year, does never beat inflation. In many cases, make I go back to him halfway through the year and say, boy, inflation up in on boss, so guess what? You have to give him more money at the end of the year. It don't work so.
Yeah, but separate can. GK can.
And interest rate, that's the government doing that. The government said, boy, inflation look a certain way, so we are going to we'll adjust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it really puts you in the driver's seat. Yeah, that's actually a very, very interesting Fine. You do you think about that when you invest in at all, Shay?
Yes, but not a lot. It's just in the back of my mind, kind of.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't focus much on it, but it
it's
has
not
to be
something
like
people
if you're
often think
serious
about.
about investing, you have to. It has to be somewhere in there.
It has
Like I'd
exactly
be
that. It has to
very
be.
surprised if it's not.
It's not something you think at the start at the front. You do think about it because that's the reason you
Yeah,
want more money, right?
but
You
you
want
have
to
to.
afford
Yeah,
more.
you have to. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's why
for
savings
anybody
account get but
listening,
out.
yeah, or watching or wondering, for last year, if you made less than, was it 4.5? You made less than 4.5% last year, then you made less than
You didn't
inflation.
make any money.
Yeah, you have to have made at least 4.5%. Which, hey, in the right stock, that's nothing, right? Or if you own Trans Jamaica, if all your savings was in Trans Jamaica, you beat inflation into the
I know
ground.
somebody getting about, I think, a 4%. Pretty sure it's 4 point some % he's
And
getting
it's also a good,
per year for a
a
fixed
good.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
And why trying to explain said that don't make no sense, because it's hard to explain to somebody that don't make no sense if them left it for 5 years and go back and it's more money.
That's
So
true.
when I say, oh, that don't make no sense, what you're doing, that doesn't make any sense. But it's more money. I put this amount in there and now I have this amount.
Yeah, you have to find a real way to put it to them, or just put a thing to them for bigger numbers. How much years do you have to put in to get that 4% or 4 and whatever percent?
Oh no, man, it's like 4 per year.
4% per year. For how many years?
Oh, he's had that money in there since when that, like maybe 2016 or something. It was like a ridiculously long time. So of course it's more money, but
But
you
yeah,
have this kind of cash just sitting there.
yeah, and it ain't just sitting. Best believe the banks.
Well, yeah,
The banks are making really good use of it for you.
oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
for them, not for you, for them. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Are you guys audio sound weird? Nobody audio going anything?
Sometimes.
You guys sound so chipping and out. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I'm getting that.
It's
I
been
can
there
hear a
for a
little
good
click
while now
thing.
for me.
Oh,
I hear
I'm
popping
hearing
through
a
when you
little
guys speak.
clicking thing on and off.
But I hear it for Shay. Randy, speak.
No, I it's good on my
Yeah,
side.
you too.
For me too.
I don't know. Okay, I'll get restart the thing there. The
All right.
earphone and say hopefully it works.
All right. Anybody want to join? Anybody have any questions about any stocks? Anybody care about anything like that? Send a speaker request. And we'll talk about it. And of course, to the people on Shay, you have any questions you want to ask? Anything early or anything top of mind? Or anything that stood out for you in the month of January, other than the top?
Let me see. Like a bunch of things happened. I mean, the culture rum thing happened.
Kintyre, the lowest stock on the market. Lowest stock on the market.
Yeah.
It's funny. We're talking about this before we started. I saying just the prep, and then I pointed out. So Whipped was the number one stock for the month, and it was also the number one stock for the year. I would talk about a lot of the winners. The losers are also there, right? If you flip the list, the number one loser for the year, Kintyre. Not for the year. Sorry.
For the year
for the
so
month.
far, year to
For the
date.
month. So yeah,
Okay.
give up all of the gains. Not all of the gains, but it's giving up a crap load of the gains that it had given us in December. So 1 month up, 1 month down. Down back to 46. But throughout this time, boy, like you said, the amount of, it's like every week there's an announcement. Tyrone drops something else. Culture rum. What the next thing? Miracle. What? I even forgetting them. Real estate.
Yeah.
Wally
That one I don't understand, but okay.
Which one?
Real estate.
The latest real estate notice.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, just The direction.
What do you mean?
But cool. I mean, I don't have market research and all that.
You like everybody else know. I won't say everything there is to know about real estate, but you know a whole lot. Like you know a whole lot. And not that there
Bro, I'm
isn't
just
depth
looking at the
there
other
and
people
things.
who have done real estate, other companies
Mm-hmm.
who have been like, yeah, man, we have this great idea
Mm-hmm.
to build apartments and sell or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Right? So in my head, I'm just wondering about that. But like I
Okay,
said,
restart the space for me. Eh?
All
Okay,
right.
refresh
Yeah,
it.
man, no
I don't
problem.
know.
all right.
Yeah, go ahead, Shay.
I mean, never really understand the direction there, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, Tyrone is probably who best to come explain it. But I mean, I have my own thoughts. I figure out what it is. Just like you, I've been very vocally skeptical about I've been very vocally skeptical about real estate for a long time in terms of it being a growth mechanic for most companies on the market. Again, not that it cannot be, not that it can't be, but very, very few companies do it and do it well and do it realistically. And funny enough, the ones that do it well, you rarely ever hear about them. Like every week I'm here, I'm telling people send a speaking request. And one of the things, there's some companies out there that if the right, not the right person, if anybody comes on and asks about it, I have a little list in my head I take off. Yes, I'm excited, and they'd hear so much. I try and give them so much. There's some companies out there that no one ever asks about. Sometimes I mention them. Nobody, mom never know that. Nobody knows it, right? So in the case of Kinta, I mean, laugh. I remember I said to him being Tyrone a couple of years back, say, yeah, get them some real estate then. Why not? The market, like, as Jamaicans, we like the idea of real estate much more than
Yeah.
the reality of real estate. Like, we really like the idea of real estate.
Yeah.
But the business of real estate, as you've pointed out, is not quite the same for everybody, right? It's a little different, and it requires a lot of money. That's the truth. It requires it requires a lot of money. What I've said in the past is that real estate is like jewelry. It requires, rich people have it, and we tend to think that, okay, if you have real estate, you're rich, and it's not that. It's not true. It's true. It's just that if you, like I said, it's like jewelry. People tend to think, I'll do the real estate and it'll make me rich, and not that you can't get rich there, but it's more like if you're already rich, then you can go into real estate and get rich. It's one of those things that require, it's like horse racing. That's what I see it like. I see it like horse racing. You can make money in horse racing, but you kind of have to have the money already, right? Then you can make more. If your plan is to go into horse racing as a poor person,
To get rich.
yeah, man. It have a little bit of a moat, right? The moat is money. That's just how I see it. And so I see what Tyrone is doing here with real estate, and there can be something there, but you need somebody else to care about it. You need somebody else to care and find value in the real estate. Now, granted, the banks love the idea of real estate. Even if them hating, they might lend him money against that. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, and of course, it's great for the books. It allows these wonderful bits of paper profit. We revalue.
Yeah.
The latest announcement about
Man.
Bengal Beach and the chalet and getting it all revalued. You know what this means. Initially approved for 8 units, but now it's expanded to 26 units, 16 bedrooms, 10 2-bedrooms, and all approvals coming in from the center and municipal. You know what that really means. So that really means is that, when you ask for it to be revalued, it can
Yep.
Yeah, man, if it value 100 million before, it valued 255 million now, boy.
Yep.
And that extra 155 million counts as profit on the profit line, but you can't pay out the real estate as a dividend. You can't turn it into cash quite as easily. So I'm not knocking it. There's something there, but take a whole lot. The very few real estate companies on the market are successful in the way people think. And the ones that are successful, like I said, I'm always looking out for people to ask about it or mention it. They very rarely ever do. I think we have, usual friend of the show, Bill on, and I think
Phil
also
Bricks.
Dana is back. Okay, Dana, you can hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
And
it looks like it wasn't the site.
Okay.
What's good, Phil? Sir Phil?
All is well. Yeah, mama there, mama there.
Where's the funds? So what's good, Phil? Say funds just now?
No, mama. I try answer the call for some what I perceive as successful real estate companies on the market, you know.
Oh, word, let's hear it.
We had a nice notice this morning.
From a successful real estate company?
From what I would consider a successful real estate
which one
company that does real estate well, you know.
Which one was it?
It was dropped by, well, 2 listed companies were associated with the notice. I believe one of them does real estate very well. It was dropped by. It's news about Hambani Estate.
Okay. So that's on the first rock. All right, let's hear this.
It's on the first rock, but I see Mayberry as one of those silently successful real estate companies.
Yeah, that Cherry Hill stuff seemed to work pretty well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seemed to work pretty well, but nobody that's not even well
Cherry
known.
Hill, Chalmers.
People don't really.
Was it Cherry Hill or Chalmers? Which one?
Chalmers. I know Chalmers. I think I also say Cherry Hill with the Musson. I don't know. I think of Mayberry might be that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm crossing my lines in my mind, but I know Chalmers was Musson and Mayberry.
Cherry Hill is the joint venture, and Chalmers is one of their
all right.
One of their projects.
I see.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I said it just from it came from the mental model.
Memory.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this. So the first one, Hambani doesn't fall under that under Cherry Hill, to my understanding. I haven't seen a audited report since they announced that they are a partner. But Hambani comes under they had some funding agreement. They took over the funding, or they were hired to take over the funding from Sagicor. They paid a promissory note. That's my understanding.
Yeah, just to give people some background. So I think last year the first rock was in a little bit of a squeeze. Sagicor started some proceedings on them around debt. First Rock obviously went and sought funding, got into a partnership with Mayberry, and Mayberry seemed to have helped them with the funding to get out of that situation with Sagicor. And now this notice that you're speaking about, funny enough, is from. So as you see me looking on the First Rock page for it, and it's not there.
It's not there.
My money, it's not there because the notice is actually from Mayberry. So the press release says, even I saw the headline, but I didn't read it. So let me just bring everybody up to speed, Phil, to where you are. Hambani Estate. I won't be reading the whole thing, by the way, everybody. You can go and check it out for yourselves. I'll put the link in the chat. But I'll just give the gist. So Hambani Estates reaches key construction milestone with the completion of 3 additional luxury homes, right? Mayberry is pleased to announce that the successful completion of 3 additional luxury residential homes at Hambani, the prestigious gated community located at 1 to 3 Bamboo Avenue. So now you know it is. All 3 homes are now under sale contracts, with the remaining units projected to be delivered by May 2026, ahead of the original June 2026 completion deadline. What? The new Jamaica. Things being done, construction being done ahead of schedule.
Ahead of
Did they use Chinese labor? All right. As part of Mayberry's ongoing support for Hambani Estates development, Mayberry structured and arranged a corporate note for First Rock and its subsidiary, the development company, which enabled the full repayment of all obligations to Sagicor, and it allowed them to exit the receivership that they were in with Sagicor in relation to the same project. And then it speaks about Hambani. You have one or two little PR points from the CEOs of both points, but the point is that the Hambani project up and running.
And
yeah, three units, three more units done.
And 3 more units done on the sale agreement.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What that mean? Under contract, what that really mean?
Under contract mean that
somebody step forward, no so.
It doesn't mean that the sale is complete.
Yeah, it just mean that somebody's interested, like seriously interested, and say, yeah, I actually want this.
Word. Huh. Okay. I mean,
money pass.
Good news.
May or may not mean that money already passed.
Yeah, good news. Good news. So anyway, I just said that to give context to your point, Phil. What were you saying now? So now everybody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think I just wanted to support that idea that there are companies on the market, and certainly Mayberry I think is one that is not necessarily seen or recognized for its prowess in making money off real estate, but I think that they do.
Well, and in this case they have, right?
In this case they have. They've that corporate note that they would have
structured
is not free. and they've, if what they say is right, they seem to be well on their way completed monetization of that project.
And so, with that in mind, maybe it's not so surprising. Maybe it's not so surprising then, with that in mind, that First Rock is one of the First Rock USD is one of the top movers for January, right? It's no surprise. With it rising 19.7% for the month. Yeah. And specifically the USD side of things. And First Rock is not one of those companies where you can go to USD, JMD. So the two, although I don't know why. You think that there would be.
Yeah. Was there any USD JMD conversion? Actually, wait, we can actually do the proper do the intertradability before First Rock listed. Because I remember Cygnus, but they did it wrongly, and then I think First Rock came after, but I don't think it was in there. I don't think it anywhere in place yet.
Oh.
I don't think I have to check.
So, I think that First Rock has a weird thing where.
Oh, which ones are interchangeable? On Transjamaica?
Proven
was before then.
It would have been before all of these.
Well, I don't know if Proven was interchangeable before all of these.
That's what I was going to say next. I think there came a day where some people became properly interchangeable.
Yeah, 6 of them are interchangeable.
And also remember, our First Rock. Is it the same class of shares? Is it the same company? That also matters.
It is the same company.
I don't think it's the same class.
But they do differ, the USD and the JMD, and they count them differently. So which I think is strange.
I think that where it matters. That's where it matters.
Yeah.
Trading the same shares versus trading different classes of shares are different things.
Correct. But then I don't understand Cygnus, but it's kind of the same. Yeah. But I don't understand Cygnus.
Again, they did it wrongly. Cygnus tried it and it never happened.
Or maybe
I want to know why it never happened properly, or I want to know if know that things are intertradable. Why hasn't Cygnus gone to that?
I wonder, because Cygnus lists SRF, USD, and JMD after that, and those are also not interchangeable.
Yes, I truly wonder.
So at one point, I wondered, this was back when Dr. Nigel Clark was finance minister, I wondered about specific USD protections, meaning like for, I want to go into that. I just wondered if it was a deliberate thing to maybe not allow it, or to allow it or to not allow it at the time. And just like you always wondered about signals. Yeah, because all kinds of things can be done if you have that. And for people, I don't think that's even a bad thing. Like for anybody listening, one of the great things is that, like, here, okay, let me bring it down to a single point, which I don't know that people know. Jamaica is the most, I think it's the most widely owned stock on the market. Certainly it's the most heavily traded and it's the most popular. And I don't think that most retail investors know that their Trans-Jamaica JMD shares can be sold as USD. So I'll say it now if you're listening.
Yeah, every single.
I don't think so. You'd be very surprised.
But most people.
I mean, we see the queues. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's true. Think about it, Shay. Jamaicans love US dollars. And it is the most heavily owned stock, and it's the most traded stock. And yet, you don't see them doing it a lot. And
you will see opportunity on the USD side that's not available on the JMD side.
That's true.
And you will sit down and say, okay, you can even sometimes have time to get up and buy one and sell it.
I mean, I've done that. They look at arbitrage between the two of them. But I know for a fact that most investors, I don't say a fact, but when I talk to regular people, I think I talk a lot to the regular people who touch the market or want to touch the market but don't know about it. They're always surprised to find out that, your Trans-Jamaica shares that you have, you can sell them as Trans-Jamaica USD. All right?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know. Well, especially for Trans-Jamaica, I don't think, because their shareholder base is so large, I just don't see that in the USQ.
Yes.
I don't see that in the USQ.
I would expect to see it in there.
Yeah.
Maybe not consider for sale.
No, well, obviously there are some of them selling. A lot of them selling.
I know.
Yeah. They're just not. I don't know. They're just not. For some reason, they're just not. I think they just don't know, and I think this is part of the. If there's one thing we can help you with this evening, if you send a speaking request, we can talk to you about some stuff. But if you don't send a speaking request, say you want some knowledge, here's some knowledge. Your Trans-Jamaica shares can be sold as Trans-Jamaica USD, which means the shares that you bought in JMD can be sold, and you can get USD.
You can,
get a USD in your hand.
In your hand.
Cash out to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or to your account, whichever way you want to put it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a wonderful thing, and just like Trans-Jamaica, by the way, JMD, Trans-Jamaica USD also obviously it's a much smaller trading, but it is the most traded thing on the USD market, and it is far and away from like number 2. So like on number 1, the most traded stock on the non-USD side is Trans-Jamaica, and then the number 2, like if Trans-Jamaica is 7,000 odd trades, number 2 is like maybe 2,000 or 3,000, right? So it's not close. On the JMD side, on the USD side, it's kind of the same thing. 750 for the USD, 750 in terms of trades, and let me not even guess. Let's just see it. 595 for the USD. Number 2 is proven USD at 133. So it is big in its class.
Close.
Exactly. But the same exact stock on the JMD side has 7,000 odd. Yeah, and I know most people don't know that. That's an easy way to get US dollars. Yeah, man. In fact, it's an easy way to get into the USD trading, where you just sell the same shares as USD. So that's a bit of knowledge for you in case you never know.
Just in case.
Yeah. Phil, I don't know if we're gone way past your point, but yeah. You're saying
true. That's
good.
Tangential as usual.
It's a good condo.
So Phil, you started it out by talking about your well, you had made that point because we'd spoken about iCrit, sorry, Kintyre. Yeah. So,
that's funny. Maybe I made that error today, this year too.
Did they?
This week. Well, it's not there anymore.
If I remember the error was the mix up the the J. What was it? I think it was a GK.
They mix up the GK notice with the Kintyre notice.
Correct. Yeah, but did they actually say iCreate?
No, sorry, they said Kintyre.
They said Kintyre. Yeah,
Kintyre about thing there. Yeah.
So. But it's funny we were talking about Mayberry and then they mentioned they got into your head.
It's a Kintyre finally boss. They found they found the milking cow.
The milking cow.
Well, have they?
Yeah.
Have they actually found anything like that? Meaning, well, I'm thinking cash. Have they found anything to give actual non-reval profit and cash in hand?
I don't know. Visual vibe and thing there and bold and whatever. If the miracle sound like how it actually is,
right,
then there are good possibilities there.
Yeah, I
what
think
sound like?
If miracle is how it actually sounds, if miracle actually is how it sounds,
sounds.
You know, so like possible distribution agreement of of established brands. So if that is the case, then
but distribution companies aren't
so cashy, aren't they? Eh?
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not profitable at all.
They're not very profitable.
Yeah.
Good distribution company.
Big up. Good. It's a good look at details.
True. Yeah, they're like 1 or 2%. If they're profitable, a 2% company, well, 2% margin,
which was a large part of the thing there. What's my thing again? It's a large part of the acquisition strategy they were working with. Right? That's interesting. Look at detail along the same lines of what Kintyre is doing. They have more to work with, more capital, more actual cash flowing through the business. But the acquisition strategy largely was both things onto it that within our sphere can give us some good thing there, synergies, as well as actual cash coming in those businesses, and better healthier margins are in those businesses than the main line, main distribution line that they have.
Maybe, but I would push back to say detail worked within its vertical, right? CFF.
I can't hear. Work within its what?
It worked within its vertical.
Oh, I said not exactly the same. But yes, the thinking is we have a business that has certain problems and we're pulling certain things around it. I can't think
that can support it. And that worked out well for detail, but I think that I feel like the approach was different for detail in that you have to use pallet. You get the opportunity to buy the pallet company. CFF, you touch in some ways many pieces of it through your own distribution business, and so if you get the opportunity, you grab a piece, right? I feel Tyrone's strategy is different with Kintyre, and I'm not knocking it. I think it's a good segue into this. I did Khalila's show this week, and she had mentioned, so she asked a question about if I think that Kintyre is diversifying too diversified. I don't think so, because I don't think that the strategy.
I don't think there's a core there anymore.
Exactly.
What is Kintyre's core at this moment?
The acquisition of
it is not it's not iCreate anymore.
It's
a PE firm.
Exactly, it's a PE firm. Is looking for that. So I expect that the biggest boon. Are you not hearing me?
I will refresh this. I don't know. Twitter is being weird for me tonight, bro.
Okay.
All right. A hard refresh and coming, but everybody's gonna hear me, right? Shay, you hearing me?
Yeah, man. Me? All good.
And
I hear Dana well as well. I'm not sure what's happening with his Twitter tonight. Your turn, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, not even hearing you at all. Maybe it's in headset. I don't know if it's your headset, maybe. Dana? I'm definitely not hearing us. But yeah, I don't lose the point. Hearing. I was saying that I think.
Is it too diversified?
That's what she had asked. She had asked if I think it's too diversified. I don't. You have to think on your feet when you're doing a show like that to answer. But I don't think it's too diversified at all, because it can't be too diversified in that its existence is meant to be supported by the acquisition of different entities. That's what that is its main thing, right? It's to buy companies. In fact, I think one of the obvious biggest boons for it is going to be thanks to we have the minister saying when. So when the junior market is launched, if Kintyre can find a broker or has the micro market, if Kintyre has a broker that's willing to work with them, then they have opportunity upon opportunity Right? Now, opportunity upon opportunity there with these things. So these brands, and I'm from the school of thought where I don't think a company has to be perfect to list. I don't think a company has even to be good to list. You don't have to be profitable to list. You have a whole heap of opportunities there. So he has all these small entities, questionable, not questionable, whatever, but you can spin them off. You know, people like real estate, whether or not you think that this
like
is
Fossil.
exactly
That's something else I saw. Yeah.
Which is I think looking for the same thing, but I don't think Fosrich is going to the micro. I think Fosrich is looking to go straight junior also. Yeah, I think Fosrich might be looking to do a continuation of I think Fosrich might be looking to do a continuation of the, how would I put it? A continuation of the same thing that we saw with detail, and maybe I think of what Dana and I spoke about last week or hinted at last week with their talk of.
I'm sorry for pulling you away from the Kinter. I don't know.
No,
I
it's
just
cool.
popped in
The
my
point
head.
is not around Kinta, the point is around what we're talking about. So this is
man.
good. Fosrich is actually a good one, but as you mentioned it, yeah, I think they've spoken about what, spinning off the solar business. And I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I think they're going to. I think it's obvious. But I don't think they're going to go micro market. I think they're going to go junior market one time.
I don't think micro is going to make sense for them because I think they're going to need more money.
Hey, then they already said them pulling $1 billion in revenue.
Yeah, so them are gonna need more money than that.
So they're not asking no 250 million valuation.
No.
Billion revenue, so they will go to full 750. Also,
who knows? Probably, but yeah, I don't micro market very much.
Well, you doubt micro market. Oh, you mean doubt micro market for Fosrich?
That's where they will go.
Yeah, I think they're looking
To
to
be
go
clear,
junior.
I do not doubt the micro market will be excellent. I don't. To be clear,
Randy said it's a very similar vein as the detail woodcats. I even wonder, I think them see it and say, wait there.
I suspect so.
right?
I didn't know about it. I didn't hear about it before and say, wait there.
What year did Fosrich list?
It's a good question. Let's see on my money, JA. Yeah, so Fosrich had their listing 2017. Late 2017.
Look at that. Randy, did you make calls after last week? Did you make some calls on Saturday?
For what?
About that thing we talked about on BrickTalk last week. That was last week, wasn't it?
Randy, same thing there. You walk out for me.
No, man. Well, yeah.
Afraid to ask what?
You said it.
I'm afraid to ask what. What were we talking about
I'm playing with you, bro.
What were we talking about the time?
I'm just listening.
Money being left on the table.
On the table.
By junior market companies.
Junior market companies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's Buck-ups. We're lucky again. Buck-ups and see. Buck-ups.
Look at that 2017 listing in 2026 here. So.
Wow.
2017, they're fully sued on them tax break.
Almost there?
Yeah, almost
Which
done.
is another weird one, Andy. Here we go again. They almost reached them tax break and have a listing.
Right away, right?
Right away. Seems so.
That's right. In fact, let me see when the detail is.
Earlier. I remember 2017. No, probably 2016. 2015. 2013.
All right.
You know why I know it before? Or conversations around detail in 2017 when you were talking about the margins, bro. The margins as a beat.
I remember that. I remember because you know what? It's not something I ever thought about. And then I heard you guys talking about it. And not just them, but other companies in similar business. And I was like, really? That's it? Because I was just getting into the investment thing, of course. And you guys were talking about the margins for that kind of business. And I'm like, geez, that's I don't like that. Doesn't sound nice to me. That's terrible.
You're bringing all this money. I know, I see no night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the little things when you start learning about investing, you learn about the market, learn about business. When you're doing any of that stuff, everybody in business, oh, the money, man, oh, this everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Mm-hmm.
start
Yeah.
understanding business, you understand that, like even just the type of business, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
we're thinking about the bold brands and the whole idea there.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a distribution business, you're lucky if you have 2%
Mm-hmm.
net profit margins, if any at all, if you're making any profit at
Mm-hmm.
all. And of course, there are certain things then if you understand the business type, how it is that a distribution business makes money, you have to, which could be to, going back to Kintyre, could be to their favor. You have to own the brand, you have to own a lot of the manufacturing, and then you can maybe get a better margin on that, right? But a lot of distribution companies
Mm-hmm.
are cash flow entities. That's all they really
Mm-hmm.
are. Cash flow entities,
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
hope to manage the
Just
loss
money is
certain way.
passing through.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you
Did
need
they
a bit of a tax
mention?
break to make it make sense.
They mentioned manufacturing operations, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Mention.
but
mentioned
that's I
bottling.
heard. I mean, them not go walking at 2 in the morning. They have to come from somewhere. The easiest, like for me, to say them on is the distribution. I can't see the manufacturing that's popping up. So, but
Mm-hmm.
we're already talking about people that need money.
No, well, I think they said that they do some amount of bottling, right? They
Who is
mentioned.
they?
I'm still talking Kintyre here, and the bowl brands. The culture rum is bottled Beeston Street or downtown.
Downtown Kingston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
if you
that may
consider that
help a bit
manufacturing,
with margins, but
but
I'm not going
also but
bold.
not
also
to
the
But
language
extent.
around that the language
even
around that was
then,
very careful. So I wouldn't bank on the manufacturing actually being included under the thing. Yeah, you can say you've acquired the brand, but then that
yeah.
doesn't mean that you've acquired the actual manufacturing. You could acquire the
To
brand, then
me,
you have the
I think
distribution of it.
it's very likely. You have distribution on it, and you do the labeling and the bottling. So you
Because
get, I
also
think
the
that you
owners.
get you. I don't, I don't know. Tyrell, my manufacturing role. Kinta, sorry, it's manufacturing rum, bro.
Yeah, no, but
That's
if you're
that's
acquiring
steep
the
legs.
company that already does it, if they acquiring a company and the company already bottles, manufactures and bottles it, which they do, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
then you're acquiring that. But I don't believe that that's what's being acquired. I believe maybe the brand and the distribution is being acquired, and then the manufacturing is split out from that, and the manufacturing maybe
So
sells
that's
to the
what I believe
distributor
as well.
to
But
allow the
maybe I'm
manufacturer to make the
jumping the gun.
margins and make the money, and that's how you convince those guys to sell it to the company.
Mm-hmm.
And if it works, if it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's doing it. I don't know anybody else doing it, so.
Do it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you have the price of knowledge there. At least I have the price of knowledge there. When I see those things, I'm not usually blown away or impressed, and I can tell when it's written to try and impress versus to tell the reality. And part of it is marketing and advertising. So hey, you need somebody to be excited about their effort. But I have a voice in my head that's very realistic and knows better. But there's something there. If you can get cash off it, great. And you need cash, you need some real profit, you need some cash. And it'd be great if you can get a listing, which means you'd have to have a broker that you're working with. But if you can line all three of those dots up, maybe something there.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you youth?
Yeah, we can pull it off. Phil, Bogart point again.
Hmm?
I was hoping I would ever.
No man. No man is
The point is the point. All right, cool.
well,
Well, I
that's
see we
the
also
time.
have Jerry
Yeah.
Mack who joined. What's up, Jerry Mack?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nothing
And
much.
Jerry Mac. Oh my
Thanks
God.
for sending the
It's been a
speaking
while.
request.
Yeah, man, big up. Oh, no, God.
Nothing much. How
Big
things
up
with
Jerry.
you? How
Well,
you?
God.
Yeah.
Maybe that's about the gifts
Where's
they give you
every
at Christmas.
time?
Oh, yeah, give you praise and them thing.
Why, Jano. Why, I don't still go on, I get them where I know, take that. I know I met them myself like Randy. I know why that's that side there Randy rub off Barbito.
Yeah. Well, you can't, once you start to the market certain ways, you always find yourself seeing more than you
Can
can touch or
participate.
will touch. Yeah.
Yeah, man, can't jump on everything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't never join for say anything specific, but it was time that you and Dana and Shay were talking about detail at the same time, and I think you're forgetting that detail got special consideration when they did their APO to stay on the junior market because of CFF.
I hate that stay on
boy,
the
Gary, I think you
APO
missed
part,
last
boy.
night because
Yeah.
Eh?
Stop, brother.
But I could have stay up all that last night. And right now we still a struggle. But I feel like I feel so a while ago. I feel so like
Yeah, man.
him still recover from last night.
Man, back for life.
Well, the
I want myself, bro, myself.
Yeah, the advanced girl conversation was something else. Well, you said detail. Ask a detailed question again.
No, I was just making a point that detail. So I know you're talking about them listing other entities on the junior market and with a comparison with Fostridge, or we expect Fostridge to do something soon. And I was saying that remember detail got some special consideration from the JSC to stay on the junior market.
Ah, yes. It's something that pissed me off on
Yeah,
the start.
because of CFF.
Will not stay on. I hate that.
Yeah, you're right. That's stay on, but there you go. I
Avoid
think
giving up the
them.
tax break.
Well, no,
Yeah,
not even that.
something to that
There's
extent.
no.
Because them not a tax break anymore.
Yeah.
But because CFF
No, man, I
is
mean,
their
CFF.
because CFF is their
Subsidiary.
Associate.
subsidiary.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
their?
So
It's a
CFF would
subsidiary. Yeah.
so CFF would end up losing the tax break because
Should. In
if
accordance with the
it,
rule.
yeah, in accordance with the rules, so them do get some special consideration where that was concerned.
All right. Well, I mean, you can jump into that. The rule. What does the rule say? The rule says can't be an associate of a company listed on the main market of any exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the rule says can't break, or at the time can't breach whatever the junior market limit is. At the time it was 500 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rule does not say that when you breach it you have to go to the main market. It just says you lose a tax break. The tax break isn't from the exchange, it's from the government, right?
Yeah.
And the law says follow the rules, and the rule says can't be an associate of any company on the main market. So you just stay on the junior market. There are loads of companies on the junior market that don't have the tax break.
Yeah, just stay away, so
So there is,
no tax break.
yeah.
So you not break the law and you not break no rule.
Through multiple methods, eh?
Yeah, so there's no. I wonder about that. It's one of those things where I think there's something else in there that's not being said, and instead of the thing that's not being said, we have heard something that sound good but don't go so, and nobody questions it. Because
Yeah, and I mean, at one point, didn't I create before the transition to Kinta put out a notice that because them no longer meet this particular junior market rule, I'm looking to graduate to the main market.
I mean, iCreate has put out
which rule am I get? Which rule exactly? Which rule exactly?
a lot.
No, Dana, I'm just talking. I'm just trying to remember the notice, word for word, you know.
Yeah, they
I remember.
did
I
have
remember some of the stuff you're doing.
Yeah,
I think the
because
rule was the share capital, right?
the share capital.
they diluted with all of the issues that all of the dilution that they've gone through. They broke long ago.
The 500
The
limit.
500 and
To 750 now.
funny enough, they also broke the 750.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, I wonder if in any Randy and Tyrone's conversation, Randy reminded Tyrone that the rules say you lose the tax break.
No, I've never
Not
spoken
get
to him about that.
not get kicked off the junior market because I mean I created Kinta is still on the junior.
Well,
And this is what probably 2 or 3 years now.
this notice was from January 4th, 2023, so a little over 3 years now. Yeah. A little over 3 years now.
I think you put it right here, Andy. There are some nuances that aren't being said out loud. Or they're being spoken of in different ways.
Yeah, well, the problem I think with that though is that it causes people to, you don't say the truth, it causes you to have a bunch of other things that are said that's not true, but people just repeat it, right? So then I think about that, and I think about the conversations that you'd have heard from Tropical, when they talk about, we're graduating to the main market early. Why are you proud of that? Or why are you proud of tax break early? And then everybody speaks about it as a graduation as if that thing happened.
It makes it sound so aspirational. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's an achievement. It's an achievement.
Look, guys. Look what we did.
And the thing about it, I know it's an adoption. It is something people hear. It is something they hear and they speak about a certain way, and not actually go so. And so like we're being aspirational because another man did make it sound like an accomplishment you should ascribe to. When in reality, it's actually nothing.
Well, it's more than nothing. It's something not good.
Not even that.
Yeah. In the case of Tropical, it's just
completely not good. You're getting rid of the tax break. So you're saying I'm now going to pay full taxes on this larger operation. He doesn't tell me every which way this doesn't make no sense. We should even look at thing there. Derrimon, it's a 2013 listing. When did they do the APO?
Derrimon, I believe that they gave up about 3 years in their tax break, either 2 or 3 years.
So think about, and then I think about that, and them going to a different house, maybe not really being as involved anymore, selling with the guaranteed fills. Think of that. That's true shareholder action, looking at the thing as bad, and like, you're giving up this tax break to take on this, to take on dilution. Why we can't think about doing this another way? And so thinking about that don't make no sense. And so you understand now why maybe I get up and say, well, maybe I sell some. Enough.
Yep.
Because you're telling me the company I own is literally going to be diluted, and you're already thin margins.
I'm becoming less profitable.
You're asking me to cut into those margins further. Yeah, I mean, I sell some too.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about it, or them claim to take the money by, was supposed to the wonders for profits.
Does it not?
All that were profits even more.
And they could have took that cushion. They could have cushioned that better if they had the tax break.
Yo, what did they take the money to buy? What was the money for?
Foreign
Buying Arosa?
The supermarket. The supermarkets.
USD, bro.
Yeah. Which has become a hell of an albatross around the neck. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. That has been hell. And well, I mean, pressure bus pipe or pressure list companies. That pressure, I think, has led to them maybe listing or looking to list woodcats. Yeah, right.
I'm basically trying to sell every bit of woodcats for them can. And not every bit, but why the amount of woodcats what am I get rid of? Like them a scavenge for cash.
You think so? You think?
Or detail?
Yeah. I mean, they make a deliberate move to go below 50.
They need money.
They need money badly. Even all of the woodcats' money isn't going to. It's like a drop in the bucket of the debt that they have. Yeah. And that's not counting even the questionable things that I think they're doing around the woodcats listing. But the woodcats in itself, I do like. But yeah, they need money.
Yep.
They need money badly. So something else coming? Sell more CFF rights issue within the group, or CFF off of a sale.
Yeah, but just like I said, off of a sale.
Well, it could, if they're smart, they could do a rights issue for CFF and help it to get.
Here he being aspirational now.
Ambition.
All of hopes and dreams.
Full of ambition.
And
I'm looking for the
and they have an ambition for everybody else, eh?
yeah, but I'm looking for the best for them,
But
and they
just
could
got to
do
say about
that.
something, invest on himself, you know?
Yeah, yeah, okay. They could acquire the rest of CFF, right? They could acquire. Why would you do that? Why would you acquire the rest of CFF? How would that help you? It would not. Not really.
I mean, delist it.
Yeah, then I'll solve your issue.
Yeah, that's not gonna stop your issue. You could
They need money.
sell it. You could
Because spend
sell
money.
it down.
Yeah. Right now, them need the market more than anything else.
Yeah, they do. You know what's funny? It just occurred to me. I think under the finance rules, I'm not an accountant, so I could be wrong. The accountants can correct me. I send a speaking request if you want to correct me. I don't know. But I think under the finance rules, if you sell something that you have ultimate control over and you sell it down to the point where you have removed your control. I meant to say this last night in advanced growing up. If you sell it down to the point where you no longer have control, and they're very deliberately they're very deliberately, at least to my eyes, they're very deliberately selling woodcats in a way that allows them to go. They're going to a 49.5% ownership.
Mm-hmm. So they still have control. Yeah.
So no, not necessarily, because they've gone below.
Below 50, you don't need to have control.
Yeah, we know that, but they also only have 2 detailed board members out of 7. All the other board members are independent.
Yeah, you don't mean you don't have. Okay.
You get me? So I'm below 50% ownership, and 2 out of 7, is it? 2 out of 7, I think.
Okay, so
1. Let's see. Two, 4, 6. Yeah, 2 out of 7 board members are Detail, and Detail owns less than a 40% stake, and Detail does not do more than 10% business with them. I could see them making the case that they do not have control. That argument has been made successfully on the market last year. Was it Atlantic? Is that Atlantic? Yeah, Atlantic and Blue Power. Or is it Atlantic and Lumber? Yeah, the argument has been made. That argument can be made, I think has been made successfully before. So you could maybe make the argument that it's not under your control, under the rules. And so then you'd have to you de-recognize your control, and I think you book the difference to profit also. So the Woodcats listing is possibly going to be a bigger boon for Detail than just being a selling shareholder, which helps them with at least some of the paper profit that they need and some cash profit that they actually need. But it's still a drop in the bucket. Actually, I'm saying it might help them heavily with the paper profit that they need. The de-recognition. I don't think they have control anymore under the finance rules. I if you see it differently than I or Shay.
No, I can see that. I can see that, because then at that point, then all right, how I would see it, then they would no longer have it as a thing there, as a subsidiary at that point. So that's what you're saying. They no longer want to have it as a subsidiary.
It's definitely not
Become an
subsidiary.
associate. Become an associate.
Correct. It is an associate post listing.
So you recognize you recognize it as something else, and you get the cash. I mean, you only get the thing there. But what would change for you exactly on your books now? You get the cash. What exactly looking at now? You're booking it as an associate, but you're booking associate along. I'm not really seeing exact change in terms of valuation. That's the thing I see, and affecting the
no.
P&L.
Of course, no. On the IFRS, you book the difference between you no longer have that non-controlling interest and the whole you deconsolidate your balance sheet, right? And all of that value between what the consideration is that you receive it at, which is at the price of the IPO, all of that consideration is booked to the P&L.
Why?
Because you used to own 100% of the asset, so now you own 49.5. So that 50.5 that you don't own, you get to book the value of all of that to your balance sheet. Because when you had it as a
no, but in this case, that's sale, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. The sale guarantees
the sale books by
the
itself.
price.
To me, the sale books the sold portion on book itself would already be there recognized as this is so converted to a different form. So you book the profit on that. The rest, I don't know where it's in there. I don't know where it comes from.
All right, let me.
I see no value chain.
There we go. Okay, here we go. IFRS 10 is where it's under. What you do is you remove the assets and the liabilities. You recognize all the assets and liabilities of the subsidiary from the consolidated statement from the balance sheet. At the date when you lose the control, you remove the non-controlling interest and the goodwill. You recognize the fair value. You remeasure any of the retained interest that you have at the fair value that it was on the date that you lose the control.
And then
you
calculate, the difference, and then you
recognize yeah, exactly. You recognize the difference between the consideration, the fair value of the retained interest, and the net assets and the goodwill. You recognize all of that in the profit and loss.
Yeah, profit and loss.
One-time profit.
Goodwill actually becomes an asset for you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
that's it. Makes sense.
Reclassify amounts previously recognized in other comprehensive income to profit and loss, or to retain earnings.
Retain earnings will be retained, to profit and loss.
If there's a choice, I'm putting it through the P&L. It's going to the retained earnings anyway.
It has to go through P&L. It can't appear in retained earnings.
You can't. No, there's a move on the account where you can move to the retained earnings
without touching P&L at all.
Well, remember that it would have touched the P&L before in OCI. This is where the accountants would have to get into it, but
OCI,
bottom, because you recognize it in OCI long before. Bottom line is what I'm saying is I believe that there is a possible big paper profit to come from the IPO.
And you said it.
Bigger than just being the selling shareholder.
I see a good amount of that. Yeah.
Which again they need.
What did they do at that point? That's more debt.
Wait, what?
To me, you have these big paper profit. How does that convert for them to cash? The cash that they need. Outside
the balance sheet. Debt. Outside of strengthening the balance sheet. Yeah,
which is for debt.
Yeah, that's true. And that's true. You're right. Yeah, you put them in a stronger financial position, but that's it. I don't remember how we got there.
I mean, industry standard still. Keep the goal post to go further down the field.
Well, I think we are down the field of detail now.
I think we are on the ball in front of the goal, Jerry.
I mean, it's a light post and walk out per vehicle. Things can change.
Wow. And I guess it's a good segue. Bring us back to the woodcat, which you look at it, Jerry, what do you think of it?
I don't get to go through it in detail, but so far, I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And then one of the things for me is one of them company the way you can see and touch. I mean, we might not necessarily deal with them as regular consumers on a daily basis, but it's something you can see and touch every day. Every day cement trucks pass out the road. Every day Pepsi truck pass out the road. Every day going to the supermarket or the wholesale and see pallets. So like that about it. I I mean, especially compared to recent offers, more recent offers, I actually like the fact that this one coming to market at a low multiple. I think that going to spark some amount of interest.
You like the
That
PE.
going cost, yeah, we like the PE. And, I mean, I think for a while now we haven't seen anything new come to market with them kind of PE there.
So I'm trying to give you a good PE valuation, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
And that used to be a big thing they used to do, eh? Like try to do it, make sure that the thing is listed and the PE look nice, and then
yep.
yeah.
In recent times, yo, see it there, I know, I want to take it or leave it.
Correct. And it is, and the people who haven't left it in
Which is
recent times have been,
it's a good lesson, you know.
yeah.
It's a good lesson in what it takes to list. It's not the PE, it's the company.
And
Yep,
PE's
yep,
changed.
yep.
Right? The PE is not set in stone. PE's changed.
PE's, and
Yep.
also we have to. I find it very interesting around. I mean, this is one of them things there. It's one of the two-faced nature of, I would say, how the industry speaks generally, in the sense that you often hear things like, oh, when you hear people talking about PE, then the input usually I get from from an industry heavy person is, oh, you remember they tell you how they want you to classify PE, and it is an industry PE, whatever. But then when it comes to that, it's never done actually, until it's good to market it, right? Until it's good to say that, if my PE is high, then I can point and say, well, the industry PE is generally high, so it's fine.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
But outside of that conversation, then you typically hear it spoken about in the sense, oh, but PE, they want a generalized PE outside of those conversations. So 20 so nice and so on. But the reality is, in a lot of cases globally, I don't typically find that those trends hold true. People don't invest. I can't say strongly pointed to where en mass people vote. People invest on the basis of PE. I find that to be a very personal thing, and more often close to the top than the general public. So somebody who is looking control and they can certain level of value outside, they can extract certain value out of a company. Then that's where I feel like that conversation is actually more true than that.
Mm.
Yeah. Like me actually get the expenses and the dividends outside to a certain degree. I'm actually looking to be paid back for this investment I'm making, because I'm gonna make another big one 10 years on the line. So I'll talk to that on that level.
Well,
Yeah.
that sound like the reserve.
It's like a buffet conversation.
Oh no, as I said, it's one like the special reserve in Woodcats, which was what was.
See it there. See it straight up.
Which was what that was the reason I was given, right? The PE, the meaning PE in this case meaning private equity.
Private equity.
Yeah, investment that was made.
PE, that's a good one. PE means private equity.
Yeah.
It don't mean price earnings, it means private equity.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, because we look at it and we are in the market, right? And it's great to see it. I say it's great to see a company coming to market with at least I think a fair valuation. And it's been a long time that we've seen something like that. Questionable things though, but
I feel like a little too about Cutlass when I come out to the questionable things, because a part of me wants to see some action taken with regards to that. But then because of all of the doom and gloom and the foolishness we are going with the market over the years, I kind of just want
you don't want to drink cold water.
yeah, we just want to list it go on and
You want to be good and say, all right, we can address it to
yeah,
what?
yeah. But
Listen, move on.
I mean, it to me though, it's the questionable things are seriously questionable things, and but kind of have it in the back of my head, say a larger
the case
part,
is,
a larger party might decide to take some action against it. So we kind of look out for that at the same
that
time.
too. That too.
So something might still happen.
Yeah, I wonder.
The thing I hate about in cases like this is I don't like bad precedents.
Yeah.
Yes, like you know what a good
I can
Right.
see where I
yeah.
can see it's a bad thing, and
Leaving it.
I don't want my thing that I don't want that my being an opportunist in the sense. I don't like the idea of that me being an opportunist in this sense to trump that situation
It,
because down the line
yes.
I don't want to be the voice that's saying whatever. But also,
Hard to
but
say.
also to a degree, I think I have to take. I can't say certain things.
Yeah. Well, you know, funny enough, Danai, what you said something during Advanced Girl last night, which not about it, but what you were talking about along the same lines about why.
The thing about Jerry didn't come in and I said why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
around.
that exactly that. That's what I think about a lot. It's not even a woodcast thing. So to be clear, but
Yeah.
it's in some of those sphere around a lot of conversation we've had this week and last week, and it should I really want to speak?
Yeah, boy, I don't know. It's like I guess all of us thinking the same way. So I liked how you put it last night. I wish if I could record it, I'd have you repeat it. Meaning you're talking about why you don't like to, you don't want to say the thing because we don't have a lot of nuance in the space, and especially for new investors coming in, they just want you goodbye or don't buy. And it's a deeper nuanced conversation and that. So like I'm saying, I like the offer. I'm happy that the offer is happening. I what call it is like an old school IPO, right? Priced well, nice timing. But it's not perfect. It has some very questionable things. But if you go into that, like, oh, people want to hear say it's either good or bad.
Is the questionable things,
Yeah.
and then
Black and white.
and you know how hard the fear hammer knocks.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
moment
man.
they hear the bad, then it becomes
Nothing
about
else
the bad, and
matters.
then it's like politics. People want a scandal out of it.
Exactly. And we don't have a space where that's the truth. The good you say is like politics. Like there's no report. The reporting of most financial things in Jamaica doesn't come from a place of understanding. Right? It does not come from a place of understanding. Most of the reporting on anything financial in Jamaica is done by people who don't understand it. And so a large part of it is just let me pretend to understand it or let me sound good about it, but I don't know. I really don't know. And the same thing happens within the space, I think, where a lot of the people, even in the space, also don't know much, right? I might know my job. I might know what them train me to do on this, but I don't understand the larger picture. And so I'm talking about us here, we get caught in this problem of to talk about the bad, like talking about specifically woodcats here, to talk about the bad requires spending some time explaining the bad. And the second you do that, you are spending time explaining the bad. And all people hear is, oh, I'm going to such detail, it's bad. Right? I just like you, I don't know, like, should I say anything? Should I not? Because you make another good point, then about the precedents. If we don't say something, it sets a precedent of something that's bad. Because I can see us not saying something about this and then, hey, Fosterich, I have very little
faith.
Fosterich would probably come and do the same thing.
But just say, I read this all like it was a Fosterich. I don't want a Fosterich.
Because Fosterich would come and do the same thing. Funny enough, for years, I think of Fosterich and BTL very much the same. To me, they're very, very similar companies.
Yeah, me too. And I mean, even without you saying it, when I saw that notice or I don't remember if it was an article or what last night, I was thinking that same WhatsApp group. Yeah.
So you're right. I just see like we don't say nothing about this. Fosterich come in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and launch their solar company spin-off, and they do the very same thing.
It's a part where I don't like where also our focus in general the commentary around the bad is. because it falls along the lines of personality, and it falls along the lines of like, we find a character, we don't like them, so we talk about them. I do not. It's often we say I don't see a lot of the energy going across the board where, like, even in the case where, like, when we talk about precedents, I don't find us as a space talking around, talking for that. So we talk about a bad, and then we won't. It's not that we're actually exploring the thing for it being bad. So we look at every case of it. It's who we can talk about, because
Yeah.
I won't talk about this guy that's doing the same thing because it's too big for me. Me I gonna feel that so then it then makes me look at the people who are battling, because they're very much picking the battles. It's him under
Yeah.
you and him under this, that guy you don't like, and this guy you revere or your favorite top one doing the same thing. But I only ever hear about the guy you don't like.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
That's true. But also the response, because it's been 5 minutes talking about the thing versus talking about the thing. I don't know. I mean, I'll say, I don't understand that. You can't say, but I'll say. So I think maybe the only thing I didn't like about this IPO, this current offer, is that I raised a couple of questions. So put in real terms, everybody can understand. Today is the 30th of January. A week before last, Thursday. So today's 30th of January. That's point one. Point two, DTL up until recently, DTL owned 100% of Woodcats, right? So there are 2 points everybody can understand. One is the date, and the other one is that DTL owned all of Woodcats, which means that if you're a DTL shareholder, your company, DTL, own all of Woodcats, 100%. No, Woodcats is being spun off. In a portion of Woodcats is being spun off, right? So DTL is selling some shares, and Woodcats itself, which is a sub company, a subsidiary of DTL, is also issuing new shares. So your company, because you're a DTL shareholder, your company is selling one of its assets. Not wrong with that. In fact, it's a great thing. They bought this asset. DTL, our company, speaking as a shareholder, our company bought this for, I think, 355 million in 2018. Amazing deal. Great deal. I look on it and I'm thinking, no way. Think about 355. Yeah, 355 million is what I bought it for. Right? It's IPOing now at a valuation of 2.15 billion. Yeah, man, they beat the latte boss down into the ground, man. Yeah. Detail bought no lattes. Instead, they spent all the money buying Woodcats, and here they are now in 2026. They are able to sell a piece of it at a valuation of 2.15 billion. Wonderful.
No lattes and no real estate.
Yeah, man. No latte, no real estate. Although Woodcats does have some real estate. Anyway, so those are the 2 points there, right? Now, here's the thing. That's good. You want your company to do that. It says that your company, DTL, has made a great financial move. And also it's a great financial move in another company that is within their vertical. DTL also uses pallets, and every company uses pallets and other things, right? No, here's where it gets iffy. This IPO, they're pricing it at 90 cents per share, which prices the company Woodcats at 2.15 billion. Also great. Nothing wrong with that. As you heard me say 10 times before, I think it's a wonderfully priced IPO. Here, everybody has agreed with that. That means that the company DTL believes truly, really and truly, the company DTL, who you've also heard us say need money, DTL themselves say them need money, them in a bad way, them need money, them trying to rearrange them balance sheet and them debt and whatever. So DTL believes fully that Woodcats is worth 2.15 billion. No. Week before last Thursday, if I'm understanding what this prospectus is telling me, Woodcats issued shares to a holding company which has, I think, just 2 shareholders. And those 2 shareholders are also DTL shareholders, right? Those two shareholders are, I think, the CEO and the chairman of DTL. Yeah, Ian Kelly and Derek Cottrell. Both of them are in Princeman. That's the name of the holding company, Princeman Limited. So, week before last Thursday, they issued shares to Princeman Limited at a price that pretty much had Princeman Limited paying 1,480,769 Jamaican dollars. That's how much they paid for those shares. Week before last Thursday, 1,480,769 Jamaican dollars and 23 cents. 1 week later, the company Woodcats is IPOing, and those same shares are worth $157,881,822. The difference between that is roughly $149 million. Issued to two.
Incredible.
What happened a week where them
shareholders
up in the same price?
of DTL. Not to all shareholders of DTL, just two. 159 million profit to just two shareholders of DTL.
Not two, let's say one. The Prince one is one. Let's say one.
True, but it's held. It is owned by at least two. It's why I'm saying two because those two shareholders are also two directors of the parent company
of DTL.
So that to me, and I could be wrong, but that to me looks like two DTL shareholders getting a benefit that no other DTL shareholder has gotten in the space of 1 week. So
and
they're directors at that. So the question then becomes, did you believe week before last that Woodcats shares were worth I'll call it 1.5 million? Did you believe week before last that the Woodcat shares were worth 1.5 million? And then what changed between week before last and last week for those shares to be worth 150 million? Because you would have given up that value from DTL. That's what that really means. DTL gave up roughly 149 million worth of value. And they didn't just give it up. They gave it up to two DTL shareholders, but not all DTL shareholders, just two. And their directors. And it worries me. It bothers me.
And if we are to include the wider pool of shares that were issued on that day, it's essentially double that them give up.
Well, so here's the thing. So in the giving up of those shares, they gave it up to. I didn't say gave it up. They issued them and got paid for them. They have an employee trust.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it's the same. It's the same principle.
Yeah, but I just want to
I want to
clear up who it is. So the employee shareholder trust, Princeman Limited, which is the two, which at least we know two shareholders of, two connected parties to, which is the directors, Derek Cottrell, Ian Kelly, and Doug Ridge, which is the CEO, which is connected to the CEO of Woodcats. Why I'm specifying that is because, to me, and this is my personal bias here, the shares to the CEO of the listing company, that I'm fine with you doing that. That makes sense. He's also an employee of the company. And the shares to the employee trust is also fine in my view, because again, those are employees of the company. It's not unusual for a listing company to have a issue shares or to do something special for shareholders or directors of that company. But the directors of DTL, the company that all the other DTL shareholders are, and that have the fiduciary responsibility to that company, that part is questionable to me. I'm not even saying that they shouldn't have the shares. I'm not even saying that. It would be fine if they were reserved, the shares in the IPO. But the fact that the shares are not reserved in the IPO, they were able to buy those shares at a price that is essentially 1 cent on the dollar.
100.
Yeah. So instead of it being $100 that they get the shares for, instead of them getting the dollar for 90 cents, them getting the shares for 0.9 of a cent.
Daniel talked about 10x earlier, 100x, you say.
Yeah. They get 100x already, and they don't get. It's not like them get the shares in the IPO as a reserve, which cool. If you got it in a reserve as an IPO because good and faithful consideration, blah blah blah. I'd understand that, but you're getting it. I don't know why you're getting it. It didn't say why you're getting it. It just said that you got it.
Affection.
Yeah.
Pre-invitation transaction. So what about like?
Yeah, what is that transaction? Because that transaction is, I'm speaking again if I seek as a detailed shareholder, that's my company selling an asset that it believes is worth 100x what you're selling it for. And the person you're selling it to is a director of my company, DTL. And then a week later, that asset is being sold by my company, DTL, at 100 times what you sold it to just two shareholders for. That I think is questionable. That I'm afraid of. I'm really afraid of that because, like I say, Fossil should the same thing in a couple of weeks.
I'm saying questionable. We're specifically saying questionable because it can be answered. There are legitimate answers to this.
Yeah,
it's just it should be questioned.
It should be questioned. Yeah. And
it should be questioned with okay, give me a good reason because again, detailed shareholders should have this question, and Woodcast potential shareholders should have this question.
Yeah,
but the detailed shareholders should have it more than anybody else.
Yeah, I don't even think Woodcat potential shareholders should have the question. It don't matter. I think the issue is at the DTL level and the fiduciary responsibility at the DTL level. That's me though. I could be wrong.
Why I would say that Woodcat shareholder? Because this is the parent company. These are directors of both companies. And that to me is a leadership situation where I have to look at that and say, oh, if something happens where if I in the shoes of a detailed shareholder would not be okay with, then I'll look at this company and say, oh, see man, them, you know.
True that.
And why? And a large part of why we do, a large part of this too, we have this conversation. This is the bad, whatever, or potential bad. The reality is, this doesn't actually change my. It doesn't make me look at the offer and say, "Oh, it's a bad offer." It doesn't make me look at it and say, "This is a bad opportunity." It doesn't do any of that.
Yeah, no, it's still an amazing offer.
Same for me.
So now that's why this is why I do like this is why I do disrespect this conversation. Because we go through all this, and I'm sure people look at it like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
Yeah.
It's just a piece of the whole pie, but questionable and should be questioned.
Yeah, I don't know, boy. It bothers me too. It bothers me that there is even an issue. I hate that I have that feeling around asking the question. Because the question should be asked, it should be answered. And I think maybe it's the only black mark on what is otherwise, in my view, an amazing offer.
Yep, it's him.
Yeah, amazing offer. I also I saw the Kalila interview with the CEO. Hilarious interview for reasons that it will remain in the girl group, but also I'm impressed by the CEO. Brother sound like him, know him thing. Let me get his name, Peter Grant, I think. This gentleman, Peter Douglas. Yeah. Man, Peter sound Douglas. Like him, know him thing, brother. And so like him, know him thing, and impressive. So one of the impressive points that came up to me, we spoke about it, that this was that the mulch point.
The mulch.
Yeah, the mulch point. Bro say before the country was importing almost like 100%.
100% of the market, the mulch market was imported. So any mulch the country was using was being imported. So we ask some foreign, we're buying it from somebody abroad to bring it to our country for use.
And since his company worked hard to break into it, and now, according to him, 95% of the mulch in the island is local and from details. Like,
yep.
That's
impressive.
So Woodcat is saying 95% of the mulch in the country.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
That is reclamation, bro. Repatriation. That is an actual impact on our foreign exchange bill.
Yes.
And on our foreign exchange rate.
Yeah.
That is the thing we want. People often say, "Oh, like the thing that's unachievable, Jamaica actually becoming a manufacturer, getting something locally produced. That is that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we're not buying from foreign anymore, we're buying from us.
Yo, I mean, that is literally in his company. He's doing the same thing that the government have that whole. That's the reason why Wigton gets the breaks it does, right? That's the reason why JPS has to buy any power from any renewable energy company, solar, wind, or whatever, because it's import
local
substitution.
Production.
Yeah. And this one company has a good chunk of import substitution. Yeah.
Grow what you eat, it or you grow. Same initiative.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but don't eat mulch. But yeah, I like it. It's the only black mark on it, and it's such a big black mark that just like everybody else here talking, I've been from a seat, it's like, yo, I don't want to have to be the one to say it, but it's questionable because it's one of those things where if you don't say something about it, like it will become precedent.
It is one of our large respect points for John Jackson and Chris Berry. Yeah. They speak a lot on they see something like wrong and then say it. And think of how much we know with those things. And I mean, they're in positions that I'm not in where them can talk. And if nobody vexes with them, then that's that person's problem more than mine. Right? Somebody go balance me and it's gonna become something else.
Yeah. Yeah, we catch you in the route taxi, but they're not.
Exactly that.
Exactly. Yeah. But you're right. Sorry, continue.
Oh yeah, that it is bringing the market to account, and it makes me think of it's one of the points where I have to give the people, we're not mature, whatever. That is the maturity point. That's a strong maturity point in the sense that in other markets, this would be shareholder action point. This would be shareholder questioning, and we have to answer that. Otherwise, we're going to raise hell about it.
Yeah.
And how often we see, and that's another thing. Like, I find too much of that kind of talk, hush down here. Oh, I'm something wrong, and I'm still because my original IPO, my cash, so.
Yeah.
And me I go do one IPO and dog, and me no other problems. So yeah, we have too much of that hush. See our problem, man. Just not say nothing.
That's true, because then the thing is nobody is saying advocating for the
and then precedents.
Exactly.
And exactly. And
that's what happens.
You have the issue of
advocating for minority shareholders.
Exactly, because what happened for the next listing is that them say, yeah, no, we do it. Detail did it, right?
Yeah, Detail did it.
Yeah, and then with the next one after that, they go, what do you mean it's for Detail did it, Phosphorus did it, we're doing it, it's normal, right? And I know that we're in the kind of market that does that because everybody talks about graduating to the main market.
Because
somebody chose to misspeak that way long ago. Or APOs. Everybody's excited about APOs now because it was spoken of in a great way and not explained fully as to what the effects of the thing are going to be. And so it burnt a whole heap of people for a lot of years. So something like this. And again, this is not at the same class of a APO but it is higher than the graduate to the main market. That's just something being hidden.
Yeah. This is actually, and it makes me think. See, me want to say or other bad things. We've spoken about things like Total Office and the acquisition by JFP that was acquired and then no longer spoken about as being acquired.
Yeah,
it was reported as acquired in an annual report, and then subsequent to that, no word.
Yeah, nothing since.
Phosphorus and Blue Emerald.
On again,
where I couldn't tell when it's on the books or when it's on the books.
Yeah, neither.
Or what's happening to cars back. No explanation as far as I know.
Yeah, in the end there was an explanation. It was, something like them. Oops, we never understood it. And
yeah, but the works. So you can't tell me say that do the acquire and they spend money and then oops. That should be accounted.
Yeah. You're right. It is part of a maturing market. So I do want the answers so that it doesn't mar. It mars it for me that I don't want to see it. I don't want the precedent to be set. It shouldn't happen. And maybe there's an explanation that we're not seeing.
Yeah, it could very well be something like when this thing was acquired there was or some way along the way there was a agreement between in the case of spinning off or whatever. This will happen, that kind of thing. But if it was a decision just so, then I don't like that.
Yeah, me. Yeah. And the annoying thing about it is that
if it was last week Thursday the decision was made, then I will say if I even Christmas, we can't too close to that.
Detailed shareholders deserve an answer anyway because it's a benefit that they only 2 detailed shareholders have gotten it. But I'm saying that, let me see.
It would be very surprising to me if this was submitted to the FSC last Thursday and approved and everything done by Thursday. You get me? This is not a this has been in the works for a time as far as I would expect. So that happening at that time is, for everybody's favorite word, interesting.
True. Very, very true. So I would love to know how this is explained. 4% of the issued share capital to shareholders or to a company that is connected to 2 shareholders only. What happened to the rest of the detailed shareholders? They don't matter to? Yeah, I'm bear in mind.
And the director part just hit me. It's too much for me to just not. I can't look at it as just regular. It's people who have
a fiduciary duty.
A fiduciary duty, and they are in very strong. They're very tied to decisions made by the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have outside influence to compare to regular shareholder. Outsized influence as a shareholder. I'm not making this. Me owning detailed shares, I'm not making the same level decision as they are.
It's true. Yeah. You're along for the ride, but they are the ones deciding
exactly.
where the vehicle goes. Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yeah. So I'd love to hear the answer behind it. And when you put the context to Woodcats paid out a dividend last year to Derryman when they were 100% owned. They paid out a dividend to Derryman of 100 million. And that's a big
I looked
dividend.
at that and I was like, wow. The next line after that, though.
What was the next line? The retained earnings? Or
no, man. The part where they're like, yeah, but guys, don't
don't expect that. Yeah, if you understand that sort of thing, you know not to expect that. There's no guarantee of any dividends. So and you expect that before you do a listing or something. You're taking some of the value out of the parent company, which detailed shareholders all benefit from en masse. Is getting that 100 million. That goes on to details books. But I mention it to put things in perspective because that's a big dividend to detail 100 million cash. However, the value of the shares that these 2 gentlemen got is more than that dividend.
Big up them.
No.
Well,
no, big up to them at all.
No, not like that. It's not like they make a play like that. Like again, it's not. If they were owners of the thing from long time or whatever, sure. But no, DTL owned the thing 100% from long time. Yeah. That's the thing. It's not like DTL owned 90% and you didn't know what the other 10% and there's some OCI. There isn't. All the audited.
We all own the asset.
Exactly.
We all own the asset.
How only 2 shareholders of the thing get a benefit, a 10x benefit before everybody else.
100, bro.
100 times.
You're right. 100x. Wow.
You're right.
I can't. Wow. Okay, it's a question that deserves answering. I'd love to know. And I suspect that maybe I'm not the only person to have that question. Maybe other people have the question heavy enough. I would hope that they'd be answered because I wouldn't want a situation where it goes to a lawsuit afterwards, which it could be, and that or it could affect the listing in any way. Because it is a risk. It's an unnecessary risk, and it is like I said, it's the only black mark in what is, in my view, an amazing listing outside of that. Amazing offer outside of that. Well, amazing. I like it. I don't even.
I like it. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. It's hard to you like it.
I like it. I
think that's the easiest time to go down.
You see, it must be applying. Guys, don't be surprised if I'm probably not going to apply. Probably not going to apply. Probably not going to buy it. I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy it. I'll buy it once it's listed, but I don't know if I'd be applying in the IPO.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it a lot. Another thing I say. maybe less controversial. I say it's from NCB, but it look a lot like Barita. Looks a lot like Barita in terms of how in terms of how it's set up. And I like it. I'm sure I'll own some of these shares. Once it lists, I'm sure I'll own some of these shares in the future.
Yep.
Me too.
You too. You're not pushing to buy in the IPO?
Nope.
Why
I
not?
did go through it though.
Yeah. What you thought?
Was it true?
Yeah. For the first in a while, I went through a prospectus.
Oh, you don't use it?
Yeah, but like you had concerns, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do this right now. Probably going to do it later.
Oh yeah. So remember a couple of weeks ago, and you were telling me, oh, you're not excited by no. Yo, is the week before last?
Yeah,
You're not
but
excited by any
remember, I specifically said I don't even read them anymore. I don't read them anymore. But I read this one.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. So that's interesting. So how you know to be excited if you don't read them?
What do you mean?
Where does your excitement come from for them if you're not reading them?
I'm not excited about them. That's my point.
in general? Okay.
Because all you see on IPO, it's not upon that really.
Yeah, we just
Market the day, everything good outside of the IPO thing.
yeah.
Fair, I guess.
So yeah, I just haven't read one in a while. Haven't even done a rough run through really. Because usually you can see it posted, the highlights posted or screenshots or whatever. So yeah.
Well, this one is giving shades of another early days, like maybe 2018, 2019. It's just I just see it as like an old school IPO. It's
Same.
yeah, very
I like
very
it.
nice to see, and I
For
really hope
later,
that precedent
maybe.
isn't set, because that's problems if it's set. So I see it. A whole heap of problems if that precedent is set.
True.
Yeah. All right. I don't want to go forever. I did put the call out, and I see Jerry jump on, Phil jump on. Anybody else want to send a speaking request? Noisy time. We're not going to be on all night. So, if you have anything you want to ask us about, or maybe you have any specific questions around this?
It's the timestamp. Somebody said, check drawer group, Randy.
All right. If anybody else wants to send a speaking request, you can. No, it's a great it's a great time for it. If you want to talk about this, anything else, as I say, if you want to also tell us how your January has been. That's also a big one. You know, how does the market look for you for the January? I have other than Jamaica, or even Jamaica. The love.
Jamaica.
Oh, word.
Come on. Wait, we didn't talk about the hello?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you, shit. We're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Because we put out numbers, don't. When was that?
A couple of weeks ago, we did talk about that.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good point. When I was on Khalida also, she had asked about the whole PE and it being overvalued. I hate questions like that because it's very black or white.
Yeah.
Yep. And I hesitant to this. I was like, yeah, you know, sure, it's overvalued. But when if you look back at the end of the year,
what is happening with my?
We're hearing you, Shay.
Okay. Yeah.
I saying we're hearing.
No, I just can't get my stream back up. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
all right,
as
well, let's keep going.
asked, when as Anshid asked about when as Anshid asked about it, and it being overvalued, and of course, at the time of listed at PE of 600 and something, or I moved up to a PE of 600 and something. But PE is transient, right? If you can find the profit, if the profit increases, the PE falls. If the price is the same. And when those results came out, I mean, we see the PE chopped in half. No, still 300 and odd. It's still heavy.
Mhm.
But the question then becomes,
Literally chop in a half, bro.
what is the potential of the thing then, right? What is the potential? Why is this happening? There's lots of
P is
questions
a
around it.
snapshot. It's a snapshot. It's at this point, based
A
on the
moment
last
in
12
time.
months. So are we looking forward or are we looking back? Are you buying for what it was or what you think it will be? That's always the question, which is why I don't like the PE is this or it must.
Exactly.
And the truth, and it's what I was saying earlier. The truth is, the market is like that thing. That thing has never tricked the market into that being true. I've never. Has it ever been the case where it? I mean, let's look. If we had the PE being 20, then we've had this conversation many times. It's just if it was just the PE is 20, then the stock would only trade at one price until that changes. There will be no forward-looking situation happening. That's just not how it works. We are here. We should have always said you can't get around speculation in this game. You don't know the future, but you have strong beliefs about it, and you're willing to spend your money along those beliefs, along those lines. So yeah, that's going off the PE being XYZ. That to me is not a good thing. I mean, if that is your whole argument, then I would say no, you can't really. I would listen to you and whether something is overvalued or undervalued.
Yeah, true. I mean,
Which is
but
why it's hard for me to ask that. It's overvalued or undervalued. I mean, if you want just here, the PE enough overvalued, then sure.
True. Because but I mean, granted, the level of profit that they have to put out to bring it down.
Strongly so.
Yeah. But
then we can't speak. But think about that. What you just said to me is you speaking to that. You're saying they would have to give me something to say that the PE can be. There must be some future profit to come to change this figure I'm seeing here for it to be justified. So you're looking forward. It's not just is it good because the PE based on the results we saw before is XYZ amount. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's maybe a deeper conversation. Well, not a deep. That is a conversation that should be had. But hey, I think maybe it's also our job to have those conversations. So
we have many times. So
yeah.
I think we'll continue, right?
Yeah. But I don't know how this thing is going to last. Also, I believe, I don't know, there's a little gray area here in the rules, but when those employees fully get them shares and fully come out of blackout, how that going to go? Or are they out of blackout now? And because they did drop those unaudited
results.
Yeah, Q4, but I mean, it's still up in the air. It's still up in the air. I am wondering what it's gonna look like, because that's well. Then again, no. The employees got what, 22 million shares.
That they can get soaked up easily.
Yeah, as in you can soak it up relatively easily.
$10.
That's what I was talking about,
million,
actually.
Little money, Randy.
Yeah. So that again, Shay? What were you talking about?
No, I was saying I was saying that the numbers. That's what I was talking about. The one from a couple days ago.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the
fourth quarter one? Yeah. So that's what was in my mind when I said it.
That's true, and bring it back to, like I say, employees alone have shares. Employees and larger insiders alone have shares. I mean, obviously, other people have shares now because it's been trading. I would think that there's a level of soaking up that can be done that's just known. And hey, listen, I'm interested in seeing, because I think also I feel like WIP has given the industry new life, new belief in that. Hey, we can do things in a certain way that the market.
It does be.
I like that it was a little different,
Yeah. No, that's not to say that I think things should be done like WIP all the time.
No.
And also, you can't.
They should know they should know they have options. It's not just
exactly.
the hard and fast. So you got all
nice to see that.
They're different paths
creativity, man.
to it. Yeah,
Something different.
which to me is one of the most beautiful parts of finance. It takes so much creativity. It takes to actually look at things and structure things certain ways and think more than just this is how we usually do things and stuff like that. So
Big up Mayberry.
yes, sir.
Well, I'm looking forward to see what they come with. It's been like
Uh-huh.
I mean, I hope him come with something. Let's see like them. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, the band's been nice, but yeah, we're starving out here. We're starving out here.
Yeah, man. Need something.
Well, yo, bonds are actually
Just the boss feel and make him know. So you need something.
so bonds are actually like a little bit of a, I don't say a secret, but they're a bit of a cheat code on the market. You know?
Yeah, man.
I'm surprised that more people aren't buying them.
Me too.
Yeah.
But then also I'm not.
That's true.
Because think about this stock has always been a cap gain stock, right?
Yeah, man.
So that's not necessarily a strong reality in the bonds. So
This guys that's a dividend tag.
reality,
True, which is funny. You see,
reality is
that's the importance of truth. That's why it's so much
Yeah.
important to have truth in this thing, you know, because if
Now,
all the talk has been
if you
dividends
tell me
talk.
I'm only buying this for dividends and 4% is good for me, then my gosh, I have a 7% bond over there, Sophia.
Right?
But you don't want that. You don't want that. You want your 4% and it jump to thing then, and it jump by 100%.
Yeah, so I don't really know what the dividends.
Not at all.
It has never been.
Is it?
Yep.
It has never been. But if you really are caring about dividends, and some people do actually care about dividends, if you
That's
really are
true.
caring about dividends, then
Yeah, no, actually, seriously, heavily dividend person. I think I probably only met one. When I say this man serious about the dividend, I mean if you see this man spreadsheet, brother.
No, but spreadsheet, that's a lot already.
Yes.
it's a good sign.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone as serious about it.
And locally,
Yeah.
word.
He does local stocks and overseas, but more on local sides. And
Yeah,
I
because
really rate that.
local
The thing
dividends are
I
a cheat
find
code.
hard is other people that I've met that are really into dividends is almost incidental. Like they ended up there based on a type of investing that they thought was the way to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a good amount of money, a good income, and they buy dividend paying stocks. So they bought these things from a way back when blue chip kind of buy blue chip company kind of people. So that's what they think there. Or what I've encountered a lot is people that truly they express to me that dividends what they want, and they show me the vision in that, meaning like where their lifestyle, where they're at in life in terms of investing, and they truly just want income from it, right? So they even shifting some portfolio, them sell a property, and they more theirs, and then I present to them dividends, I present bonds, and then it starts sliding. So you actually gave me a true case of somebody that should be, you should be looking at that. This way you should be looking at whatever, based on what you want more than just what you're saying, like based
Honestly.
on what you present as the kind of life you have in front of you. And then it's not, very often it still ends up as, yeah, I mean, it's said that, but we're not actually doing all the dividends and advance, bro. I was hoping I can get something, and I was hoping, yeah, you give me dividends and explain this dividends and whatever, but
I want the dividend, but
we could have bought up some cap gains too.
yeah. Bro, just so here I kept games and done.
Like,
Just
the reality is, I want the game and not the risk.
exactly.
I would love to get the dividends. I would love to get the gains, but I don't want to hear too strongly the possibility of losses.
Yeah, man. I know volatility. I want it to only go up.
I found it hard to speak to those people. You got it's. I mean, I talk to them, I talk whatever. I give them recommendations based on what them say they want or whatever. But the idea is, at the end of the day, it feels like, what do I do to serve you? Like, how do I actually help you if the honesty isn't there really?
Major point. major point. Yeah.
And honestly, he's there to the point that like you're basically giving me you actually can't take the risk. You can't. You're telling me say, boy, at a certain point in life, and no money not coming in, so you actually need income in certain ways and whatever. And you're not really going to be on the market looking at no stocks or monitoring whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
solid income coming in is what you actually want here and what you're actually talking about and doing. But give me the little buckles on the side thing, dog. Give me the dividends, but more here say can do this too.
More the cake, more have it, more eat, more everything.
Yes.
I get
Mm-hmm.
you.
More have it and eat
Have
it
it, eat,
and
and give some to
share
wifey.
it and everything. Yeah.
Ah, boy. All right. Well, I don't want us to go
Yeah.
forever. I put on the last call if anybody will send a speaker request. And in the meantime, I will wait on that. So if you want to ask us or nothing, send a speaker request and I will get into it. And while we wait on that, share what are your expectations for let's say the rest of the quarter? Not even the rest of the year,
Rest of
rest
the
of the
quarter,
quarter.
rest of the
Yeah.
quarter, rest of the quarter. I
Rest
mean,
of the
I do
quarter.
like the excitement that the IPO brings.
I do.
I think if it's listed in listed by March, I would want to be listed before March.
Yeah.
Early closure and thing. I think it should very well be up and running during February. So
Mm-hmm.
I want because of how I see it, and I think there will be excitement around it. I think some good amount of trading shall come from it, more than just in it. My usual want of the bad man. I want my thing, but the things that I like outside of the IPO to get people exiting to go to the IPO, so I can get some of that exit. And I mean, I will be. I expect that I will be buying some of the IPO, not IPO, but I expect that I will be doing some of the
Yes.
trading, getting some
Mm-hmm.
of the
Yeah.
after this thing
That's
or
what I'm
whatever.
looking forward to actually.
And
In
I mean,
terms
but
of
beyond that though, after the same things where we've been speaking about looking at, I don't think it's this is very hard now. I don't want necessarily talk about the company too strongly, but yeah, I mean, there are. I think trading will be good for the thing there, for the quarter. I think some of the old faithfuls. I saw a very interesting one today. I want to have some talking about RPL.
right?
Well, you remember that this is the end of a month, yeah?
End of a month,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That was
they've
cool.
been a bit tame
Yeah.
last couple of months, and then this
Uh-huh.
month you see the sharp spike at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Well, I
Boom.
feel like how do I put this? Maybe I leave it for the girl group. I say it's in the girl group. So if you want to the girl, I begin a girl tomorrow, and the people in the girl subscribers group, I'll talk about it there. But I've been talking about it for a while. I don't think that they didn't do it for the last few months. I think they've done what they've done for the last few months. If you look at the whole picture, right? So the RPL is just one part of the picture, and yeah, I'm not surprised
True.
maybe at certain moves. But yeah, that RPL as you mentioned, I heard it mentioned, I saw it spoken about the group. I didn't actually look at it myself, so I'll see it for the first time right now on my money JA. Oh wow, okay, that's what you mean. It spiked. It ended the day
Mm-hmm.
before with a spike
Right
to
before
420, right at the 5 seconds before market close.
exactly.
So even
Yeah.
nah, it's the thing I would want to say now is the part where I don't want to go into the whole picture. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's interesting.
that spike to me
Uh-huh.
is the thing you just said around the whole picture and whatever and other pieces.
Uh-huh.
It's spiking in this way makes sense for it. I can't say I was looking for it. I can't, but seeing it that way, I say, oh, okay,
Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
One to watch.
That's true.
I really hate
Yeah,
I
man.
really hate that. I really hate that. Guys, if you want to know, I see people asking a couple of questions in the the YouTube. What's a good brokerage? You want to learn about the market, come and grow
Yeah.
evermickel.com/GRWR. I
Yeah, man.
teach about the market. I know I'm a guy on the internet talking about an investment class, but believe me, it's actually worth it. It's a pretty damn good class if I say to myself. And people on the ground and think, oh, that never makes sense to do. You will understand investing, and more importantly, you'll also understand investing from your perspective, from the retail perspective, and a good a really good grasp of the local market, which is not, you can't just YouTube something and follow what I'm telling you on YouTube. The JC is not the NASDAQ. And that's not to say that JC is down and the NASDAQ is up or bad or whatever, but the principles translate, but not in the way that you might think. So I would encourage you to come and grow everymickle.com/GRWR. And you get a bunch of things, including a discount to a session with Danai. And if you don't want to skip grow and just ask Danai what you must do, well, you can do that too. Danai, you can tell them about your advisory, Danai.
Yeah, we can find me at dhalladvisory.com. You have your portfolio, you have your goals, we meet, we talk about it, we structure our portfolio based on what you have, what how much money you have coming in, what the goals you have for that money, the timelines and all that. We sit down, have a good talk, hour long, can have all the time you want to talk about that. And we go into your portfolio, talk about your goals, and then we'll plan out a portfolio based on the goals you have and the kind of actions you want to take in the market and for your portfolio. And I want to big up White Knight because it seems Andre Burnett is why listening to the podcast right now. So big up Dre forever, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's all that time. Yeah.
It's a good Dre name live on and in impact. Yeah, I'll answer the question too. Well, somebody sent a speaking request, I'll answer the question. What am I expecting for the first quarter? I'm wondering if we'll see some movement. I don't like saying movement. People think I'm talking about share price. I'm not talking about share price. I know that will come into, I'm sure. But maybe some impact around selects. If the selects are gonna make that move within the quarter or the end of the finance.
I mean, I've made good money on them since. So they had a good movement since start of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close to the top, not top 10, but close to the top.
Yeah.
That's SRF.
Yeah.
Select.
They're right here. Select MD. Yeah, you're right. Select MD with a nice 2% move. It's so funny how after all our conversations with those bigger numbers, 2% sounds small, but let's remember 2% is 2.08, roughly double 1 year savings account money. Yeah.
When you put it that way.
And in anticipation of them full move, right? Also, they first quarter, they did give first quarter as a timeline for them to do the thing there, to do their full conversion.
They did mention that, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, it's not all up to them. It's kind of up to the courts.
No, yeah, court and thing, but I think they're in a way where they can. I mean, not just court, JC and all that, but yeah, they
the big one is the
courts. I like that they have intention for the timeline.
Yeah, I think the big one is the courts, and I'll throw a freebie that out there.
Court, you think? Yeah, they already get thing there. They go to they get approval from shareholders, and the court order them to, and they go back to the court to say, "Hey, we got approval."
And then there's a last rubber stamp, I believe, from the courts that they haven't got yet. Maybe I'm wrong, and they have it. I could be wrong.
I mean, they meet the court last week.
Oh, have they put out anything since then?
No, so I don't see the price move.
And that's good to add a little dot to that, being that late last year. Well, yeah, I don't like this. It's like a slap on the wrist. We're getting some notices in January 26 that January 2026 that there were insider trades in December 2025.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't like that at all.
You're late.
Yeah, that's
you're late, but that's mid-December too.
Yeah, man. You tell me on January 26, a connected party bought 1.15 million Select MD shares on December 9th. I thought it was a 7-day thing. Why? That's more than a month later. But yeah, that's what, 10, 11, 12 and more million units that an insider has bought. Why them buying all of a sudden? I don't think it's for no reason. Although that again is not the only reason, but that's not saying nothing on its own. You never know which case it might matter in. But yeah, it's a hell of a thing. So just like you, I like it. I own a little bit of both. Not enough, but it is what it is.
One of my favorites. There's some insider trading at it. I don't like saying insider trading, but did some
connected party
trades. I look at connected party trades at the end of the year as well. And I'm looking.
Who's that?
Forward Supreme Ventures.
Ah, yes.
to an interesting first quarter. Particularly looking forward to their audited report.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a few things. One of them is to see if them may start getting back any of this money from this loan to the people in Ghana, or seeing it seeing any returns from that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually trying to find the last audited a year ago. I spoke to the $1 billion loan to Game Park, which is expected to be returned at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't really expect to return. I expect them to probably roll it over, but I just want some information about that. But I think it's one of the largest volume insider trades over the last 2 days of 2025 that happened. Like 40 million shares purchased by connected parties. I mean, it's a company that does a lot of that, but it stood out, that kind of volume stood out to me just before the blackout.
And I believe it would appear like it's linked to maybe one exiting large, like a top 10 holder, right?
Yeah.
Who I believe we may have seen then pop up in another company's top 10, I believe, right? So there's big up My Money JA for giving us this information. Anybody can see mymoneyja.com. So we saw Steve Hudson has been consistently exiting, it would appear, and Mayberry and Zodiac very smartly and consistently buying, so they believe in it, and he's exiting. But I noticed the name seems to be popping up elsewhere. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it's
AMG.
Yes, joining me in the AMG boat.
Well, there's another. Speaking. Where is it?
Here.
So there's another name in AMG that bought something similar times to him, and it was interesting to me because he's a previous director of SVL. I saw. What was the name?
Pre-takeover.
Yeah. Where is it? There's somebody else that was buying in AMG with him. Not with him, with same timing. I will find a message and talk to somebody about it. But the person. Okay, let me see. Is it Heist Holdings?
I think Heist Holding is linked to the. I think Heist Holdings is linked to this board member.
What's her name? Saw her?
Yes,
Michelle Chin. Michelle
yeah.
Chin, who was I think she used to Post to Post. She used to work at Post to Post as an executive.
And Post to Post was absorbed into
SVL. Yeah, so I found that line interesting. So in my head, do they know each other and are buying, and they have the same line of connection and ideas, or possible happenings there.
Almost certainly, right? And Heist Holdings is who sold. And
but they was buying at some point or a similar time or something like that. That I noticed when he was buying. When he first bought, as I saw it in there, either they bought similar times or they sold and he bought. I can't remember the exact thing I was thinking.
This is an AMG.
But somebody AMG, a client was talking to me about, messaged me about it. So that's why I was looking at it, I was saying my thoughts on it.
Oh yeah,
I was looking at it more at that time.
Well, that's what it looks like here. What it looks like is that within the last quarter, that's reported, Heist Holdings sold 14.9, and Pankaj sold 9. And Steve Hudson has bought 16. And so the new entries to the list are Steve Hudson. It would appear Steve Hudson, Nick Anthony Hudson, Tom Duncan Hudson. The last names are all the same, so I'm assuming that the Hudson family taking a stake. And those kind of add up to numbers that are similar, and the levels of units that are sold would be top 10 level units if you get in there.
Yeah.
You're seeing it. Yeah.
So that's what it was. They were selling, and I saw Michelle was thinking. Michelle seems would be likely somebody that knows him. So
I get
was
you.
saying,
yeah, maybe they know something
interesting
happening
things there.
MG itself is going through a little bit of a time where, I mean, they're good enough. The numbers seem good
Did
enough.
they speak about a raise at some point?
They kind of hinted at it, and I've been saying every time it come up, I make sure to say, as I will say now, that it is in my.
And Pam is also buying.
Well, Pam always buying.
But yeah, exactly, and they're making, and the stakes are they bought 3 million recently. Which is third what they have
increase by 50%.
No, they double the stake. Yeah,
they double the stake.
They increase not the double. Increase by 50%.
Yeah.
So thing there. That to me, and I don't know. I think VM they're doing a lot. They are heavy capital markets push. So it made me say maybe something is happening here.
Maybe.
And they mentioned the raids and the kind of buying that was it's really interesting here. So I'm looking out for AMG, and hopefully that they do they do the raise in a way I like.
I hope so too. Which is to say, I hope that they don't make the mistake of doing an APO.
Don't make an APO, yeah.
Yeah, do not make that mistake, please. Please do the rights issue. Do the rights issue, please. I'm saying that as somebody who I hope have sense, but also as a shareholder.
There's a part of the conversation I was having with the client, and he said to me, "Why would they be buying in front of before an APO?" And I said, "Boy, me can't tell you, them have sense, boss. I can't tell you that. I can tell you, I can keep making the sense to a point, but we've seen that before, so I can't tell you that they're not doing that." So
yeah. So
that's where the uncertainty starts. I can say that it would make sense to do that, but they might just
they might. People do that all the time.
Exactly.
Industry people do that all the time. Industry people push their clients, big clients, to do it. Like, companies gonna expand via APO, and then your friends or your people that whatever go into business with you, and they buy ahead of the APO, and they might also buy in the APO. And usually it's the type of entity or people that won't notice when the money burn up in an APO. And hey, if it works for you, it works for you.
You hear all the headlines of the company is making more revenue and all them
yada. Exactly. But the APO deaths are still, they haven't changed. The companies that have chosen death via APO are still the companies that are around, and it's in everybody's best interest to not join that little dead yard.
Still dead.
Yeah. So I am hoping that they don't. I'm saying that as a AMG shareholder, I'm hoping that they don't join that foolishness, because I don't want my money to burn up in that little fire. Like an APO fire. I cannot afford for my money to burn up in that little APO fire. So please.
What them name said it as well?
That ISP.
Energy too.
Yeah.
Energy has said that they're doing it for a long time.
Energy was brawling.
Yeah, that's why
they said brawling. Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Repeatedly without apology.
Hey, better than today, yeah.
That's true.
I agree.
That big up on the
That I agree
very much.
That's true.
Much appreciated.
The alternative is that you don't know, you don't have no warning. But it makes it so painful for you as an investor, where you can't even really be excited about something. Like I put so much energy into being able to predict what these companies will do, and when the business is gonna be better, or when the business is gonna be at a point where there's something exciting. And
you reach a point that it's an APO.
I predict it, and you can't predict it because they might get to that exciting point and go, it's time for us to do an APO now. And I tell you, the worst thing you want as a retail investor is to have shares in a company that decided them doing a dilutive event like that. Then burn up your money. Like that ISP.
Yes.
General ISP.
Yeah. Who has not yet officially announced any APO, and if they are sensible, will not announce an APO. I'll just remind every company, there's absolutely nothing you can't do in terms of raising money. in an APO that you can't do in a rights issue. So just do the rights issue. Respect your current shareholders. Respect the people who have gone and bought shares in that company ahead of time and supported and stuck with the company. Don't beat them up. Don't dilute them down to nothing for no reason and for stupid reason either. Right? Don't just do the rights issue. Do the rights issue. Trust me, we have the money we're willing to give you. Do the rights issue, please. Energy also said it, but I'm mentioning energy because Hudson also bought into energy.
Really?
Which is also on the APO list. My God.
You say at the APO boss.
Big up him.
Imagine you said the SVL for going on APO.
Whipped.
Yeah, no.
Maybe I know something we don't know.
You know.
I know something we don't know. I mean, to be fair, energy's numbers have looked a bit better, but they've also been clear about the APO.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Well,
doesn't move me, but I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Rough. Anyway, I think we'll call time on it unless you guys have anything else you want to say. Oh, well, let me not push past. Jerry Mack, the last one I'll ask, and Shay, what were you guys excited about for the rest of the quarter?
I'm looking forward to like the first week of this listing. First 2 weeks. Let's put it at 2 weeks. First 2 weeks.
Of what? Of Woodcats?
I'm excited to see what will happen.
You're talking Woodcats?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the market has a little buzz that I'm liking. You know, it's been nice. This month has been nice, and I'm hoping it continues for the quarter.
Okay, well.
And I hope that this IPO, because it's not a bad offer, you know. And I hope it inspires others to come forward with something nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Well, I think Fosrich said that them coming with something nice, not so. Well, I don't know if they say that they're coming with something nice. Officially, there was a notice.
No.
There was no man. I think there was I feel like there was an article today.
Yeah, man, there was an article, you know. But I don't think the IPO for Fosrich is something that they're like, yeah, man, well, look, we do that right now. I could be wrong, but I never get that vibe from the article.
I feel like they are. I feel like that's where they. I feel like they wouldn't say it unless they're ready to move right now, and they kind of need it. That's what I feel. I feel like they kind of need it. But
I didn't realize the solar business was such a big chunk of their business, their revenue or whatever. Yeah, I didn't realize how much until I read the article. I'm like, you know, really? Never know. Yeah, man.
What percentage is it? What percentage is it?
35.
35 of profits or revenue?
Revenue.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Did not realize it was that big.
Did they do installation and all of that?
Yeah. I think their thing is they're trying to get bigger contracts and thing, and then they want to do because I think they currently do the financing part, and they want to like more room in their pocket to be able to accommodate that on a larger scale. And I like that idea.
All right, see if them can do it. I'm looking forward to see them.
Hey. You believe in a Fosrich? You believe in a Fosrich?
I believe in my ability to make money. So whether it's Fosrich or
understand
anybody.
So yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Fully done.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I believe in pressure pushing thing, pressure creating diamond.
Pressure bus pipe. Oh.
Yeah, man. You know, bus pipe
You
create.
call it my name, my friend.
Yeah, I believe I believe pressure is. I believe some of these spin-offs will happen because of more unsaid things, but I don't mind the unsaid things. Yeah, you know.
That's all right.
Yeah, the unsaid things there that I think will really push them. And I like also the move that of them to add Dr. Street for
Yeah,
board.
man. Big
Yeah,
old boss,
that
yeah.
was a good. That was good.
Yeah.
Who knows what that might mean? Who knows what that might mean? That might give us a timeline on this thing, right? I hope she's on the board of the hopefully spun off entity.
So yeah, me too.
Yeah, it'd be good to see that. It would be good to see that. All right. I won't take over the rest of anybody else Friday night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did I say what I like? Oh, I did. So cool. I won't take up any more tonight. Thank you guys very, very much for it. Shout out to the people who join us on all the platforms, YouTube, Twitter, and everything, and the people who send speaker requests. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Shay. Phil, of course, thank you, Danai, for doing this with me as usual. And we'll talk to you guys next week. It's on our BrickTalk.
Yeah, people, big up, enjoy your weekend. See you next week.
Man, big up.